Arca Bulls family, what is up? Throw some A's in the chat. Let me get some A's in the chat. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Oh my goodness, are the shills out tonight or what, you guys? Oh man, I can't tell you how much of a silly day it's been. Actually, I did get a message from Frank, and he was asking me like, hey man, are you doing okay over there? And I'm like, wow, bro, jeez, man, it's just so much coming through. Throw some A's in the chat. Throw some A's in the chat. Let me get you guys up in here. I want to know that everybody is in here listening to the Arca boy himself. What is up, you guys? I really appreciate you stopping by. Oh my goodness. B saying, let's go. Lone Wolf, no way. Up 110% on the MULN. Okay, on the Mumu account. My goodness, man. Congratulations on that beat, my bro. There was a lot of people actually telling me that how are you able to say that we're gonna go all the way up to 40 cents? And I'm like, man, I don't know. I think, well, just a chart. You know, the chart says it, then I gotta iterate it too. But yeah, man, so it actually did go up past that, of course, and I'm very happy that there are some people making some gains on that. Okay, so the very important stuff here, you guys. And I actually did release a video on MULN earlier today. I actually let's see. And oh, guys, if you are not familiar with this just yet, I actually did I actually did put out a video on ATNF, and this video is actually a whole back test, the whole thing, and I just put it out right now. I'm thinking maybe 5 minutes ago, okay? I just started the thread and the strategy plays. And it's there for all of us to take a look at it. So I actually wanted to talk to you guys about something. So I remember yesterday we actually looked at a ticker. I think it was ADRX. I think it was particular to Mark Roach that actually asked me to take a look at that ticker on last week, or I think it may have been on Tuesday or something. So we looked at that ticker. I failed to look at that ticker that day. So actually I covered it the following day because there was just too many tickers to go over. So I remember there were a few people who were suggesting some tickers at the beginning of the thread, and upon looking back on it, I did miss a couple. So please, Lone Wolf, I remember you suggesting MULN. I had just released a video, and but if you have any ticker that you would like for me to take a look at, my bro, please go ahead and list that ticker right at the bottom of this comment area. Guys, like the video, like the chat, subscribe to the channel, make sure that we can get some more people up in the chat so that we can get this ball on the roll. Okay, really appreciate everybody stopping by. My goodness, DB, tell me what's going on with that EDBL, man. But I'm still actually waiting for who was it? I'm sorry, I just mentioned Lone Wolf. So you're looking at CTMX, my bro. Okay, so and I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the list first because we actually missed your request yesterday, my bro. Apologies for that. So please, we're gonna go over that one first, okay? Sebastian Lim coming through with a very nice donation, my bro. Thank you so much. We'll definitely look at those tickers for you. I'm just gonna put on Lone Wolf first since we missed his yesterday, and we will follow up by looking at yours right after that, okay, my bro? Appreciate you all the way from Singapore, Sebastian Lim. Thank you so much. But yeah, we want to make sure to take care of Lone Wolf first, and that's going to be ticker symbol. I know I have it. Don't judge me just yet, you guys. So CTMX, I know that there's a lot of people talking about it. Wolf, please tell me what is going on with that ticker, my bro. I know that I've seen it actually in the Twitter being mentioned over and over and over again. Who is in this CTMX ticker? What is up with it? Is it a squeeze play, or is it a type of a strategies play, or is it a catalyst play, or what are we doing within it, man? How are we gonna move this money? How are we gonna make this? Okay. Oh my goodness. No, so yeah, we relaxation. So yesterday, actually, Mark Roach was the VIP. So today is Lone Wolf because we totally missed him. But now we are back in the chat. We're gonna make sure to get that request out of the way and make sure that Arca is not being an a-hole today. So, guys, if I miss your request, please don't hesitate to repost it. It's just please notice that the comments are actually coming in pretty fast, right? So I'm also guys, who knows about HKD? Why is that happening? And I want to give a quick shout out, of course, to my moderator, Samantha. I love you so much. You are the best person ever. I appreciate you for coming up in here and hanging out with the Arca Bulls family and doing your thing, right? So relaxation, you are Lone Wolf in Stock Twist. Don't confuse things up in here. Samantha, I am creating a list. You actually I try to follow it, so that I don't have to impose any work on you guys, right? But yeah, so far I have CTMX. I actually forgot what Sebastian Lim told me. I can just go back to his chat. He said, I think he said, yeah, that's right. I remember they were similar to yesterday. He said WULF, AVCT, and TOPS, I think. AVCT and TOPS. Guys, we're going to be looking at some really cool tickers tonight. And I urge you to even if I'm not reviewing your ticker of choice at that very moment, I suggest for you to just stay and see how the process kind of goes, because there's a lot of information that I kind of just give out and without thinking, because this is the way a systematic trader kind of like moves along the process, right? So that process is very much ABCD every single time with slight modifications here and there. So I urge you to stay in the chat as long as you can. Of course, you don't have to stay all the way. Sometimes these things can go for over 2 hours and stuff. So yeah, you don't have to stay all the way, but I do encourage it. Okay, so it helps with learning. It helps with understanding how the trade can be looked at from a different perspective. I know some of you guys already understand what I'm talking about, okay? So yes, you guys, so I have now CTMX is going to be the first ticker, then and that's for Lone Wolf, then Sebastian Lim. We're going to be looking at that WULF, AVCT, and TOPS. And yeah, you guys, so I'm sorry, I don't know if anybody had already answered this question. Des1201 coming in saying, what is up, Arca? Can you look at MGAM and COSM? Of course I can, my brother. Let's go ahead and put that in. So Des, I have you right after Sebastian Lim, okay? So that's going to be... thank you so much for that donation, by the way, my bro. I really, really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much that is gonna help, okay? So you're looking at ticker symbol MGAM. So yeah, that's another one that's being talked about a lot. You know what? I think we might have to create a poll up in here to find out if there is a way for us to vote on the incoming strategy plays for the RCAB community, right, in Discord. I think it should be a pretty good idea to understand the demand of the public itself. So far, the tickers that we're going to be looking at are CTMX, Sebastian Lim. We're going to be looking at WULF, AVCT, and TOPS. Des coming through with the MGAM and COSM. Okay, so those are the tickers that we're going to be looking at thus far. So I know I asked, and I'm not kind of catching up with this, but Bree actually answered a little bit of my question here, saying that HKD ran to about 1,000 last time. Yeah, I do remember that happening the last time too. And I also see Sebastian Lim saying HKD went all the way up to 2,000 last time. Yeah, I remember all that. Whoever was in the trade around that time, of course, we remember that momentous move. But what is happening to HKD now? Why is HKD even a thing again? I hope people are not just getting trapped over this, okay? So Zephram coming in the chat. What's up, buddy? So he's saying HKD ran over 2,500. Yeah, I actually do remember that to be the case. It did go over the 2,500. My goodness. Juice coming in with the ¿Qué onda, Arca? Man, not much, my bro. Just right here, hanging out with the people, with the family, enjoying time, right? And then later on, nos vamos a comer unos tacos, okay? Unos tacos de asada, ¿verdad? Carnitas, al pastor, whatever you want. We got it here, man. My goodness. So let's see who else is in the chat. Doctor175, what's up, man? Hit that like button, y'all. Is absolutely right. Thank you so much, my brother. I really do appreciate you so much. Cha-cha, what's up? I appreciate you guys stopping by. One, saying HKD share lockup until January 11th. What does that mean? What do you mean by lockup? There's not going to be allowed any trading or what? Are people just stuck like TD Ameritrade, sticking people like with that COSM? Zephram coming in saying 90% of HKD's float was owned and held by 2 people. And okay, but they're entities. Okay, so I mean, but still, bro, my goodness. DJ coming through. What's up, man? Good to see you. Sean O, what's up, buddy? Good to speak to you earlier, man. Sorry that it took me so long to reply. I'm telling you, man, I'm just getting like a lot of requests, a lot of messages coming in as of late. I'm really not used to this either, so I'm trying my best to make sure that everybody gets at least an answer from me, even if it's late. I'm trying my best, okay? Hound, what's up? Moderator Hound stepping in the house. What's up, man? So Hound is saying a vote sounds good. May want to leave the poll up for a few minutes so we can look up unfamiliar tickers before deciding. I definitely agree with you, Hound, and I think the idea, you know what, so far the tickers that I'm hearing the most of are honestly MGAM and what was it, and HKD and CTMX. Those are the ones that are really like kind of piercing through the socials, right? So oh my goodness, Stig Vicious coming through with a very fine donation. My bro, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. He says, Stig Vicious says, ridiculously good info as always. Thumbs up. My dude, I appreciate you so much. If there's anything I can look into for you, please don't hesitate to note it at the right down there, right? Don Hilbert saying hello, tacos, Juice saying taco time. Oh my goodness, man, you guys, it is okay. Unfortunately, it's Thursday, so it's not Tuesday, but it's, we can still make them here at the house, no problem. But yes. So I was oh, and I saw a question here actually by so do you have memberships? So I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So Toon. No, they're not memberships. The Discord is entirely free. Mark Roach stepping in the chat. What's up, buddy? And yeah, I'll put that in there for you, man. Let me see. Hold on. So I will answer the memberships shortly. I'm just making sure that I do have this list moving. Okay, so I know that there's a bunch of people asking for a few tickers here. Okay, so Raining Fire also asking me for that POASTA. We can put it in there too, my bro. Mark, you're saying SPRB. What's up with that one, dude? Are you making some money on it, or is it what kind of play is it? Okay, so now yeah, let's go ahead and push that one right into, yeah, in ASTA, right? So ASTA was the other ticker that we need to take a look at. A few people, that's the other one. That's the other one that I wanted to make a poll of. Hound, I'm looking at maybe we should make a few actually, because there's a good possibility that ASTA and MGAM are probably going to take it. I'm not really sure, but what I'm looking at is just to make the next full thread of analysis like I do regularly for the other videos, right? So if we're able to do it like that, maybe we can get a popular vote. I'm going to start maybe looking into doing it here on this live chat. Okay, so, and also I think we should probably do a poll on Discord. Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, okay, you guys, if you can take a look at Samantha, she is the mod here, and if you're already, that's a good idea, Samantha. That's incredible, and thank you so much for offering yourself like that. That's so nice. Like I'm out of words because it's just such a cool gesture of yours. Okay, so. Yeah, so I'm looking at a live chat poll, and I'm also looking at a potential request area submitted to Samantha somehow in the Discord. Maybe we can make a requests channel or something. And I also don't know, guys, do you know if there's any possible way of making a poll within the Discord to create some type of voting thing? The Discord is called Arca, we relaxation. So it's actually, the link is actually in the description below, and that'll take you straight to there. So Yeah, I think we can safely make a poll here, but Hound, I'm referring to you, my bro. So, and also, I want to know if there's any way that we can do it on Discord too, because there's a lot. There's just so much. While I have you here, Raining Fire, I was gonna ask you again, what was that ticker that you wanted to look at? I want to make sure to put it down. And I know another very cool donation coming in from Mr. J. Thank you so much. So he's saying, yo, my peeps, FWBI and MULN. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, so Zephram says, if you can't find a plugin for polls in Discord, you can throw up a post and use reactions to gauge. That's right. The reactions would be, I mean, I essentially have done that before. I've done just like a thumbs up or thumbs down, and people either do that or the other one. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's great. You know, that can certainly help. So Raining Fire, you said ASTA, which is that one. Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking to make a poll out of, to make a whole thread of analysis on it. You know what I mean? Stick Vicious, man, what can I do for you, my bro? Coming in, what is Stick Vicious saying with the nice donation and saying, I kind of threw you under the bus last night. Oh well, my bad. No weird tickers from me tonight. Just here tonight to listen and enjoy. What do you mean? I don't remember being like feeling awkward or anything like that. Manuel Castillo, CTMX is the first one to come in for Lone Wolf. So we're actually just chatting here. We're kind of getting situated into the chat, allowing some more people to step in and, you know, potentially say hello, hang out with us, have a relaxing night. You know how it goes. Lone Wolf saying each suggested ticker can be assigned a number, and those numbers put into a random generator for the next stock analysis. So that's also a good idea, since all of them are, you know, essentially requested, right? So what I'm trying to essentially do is get the popular vote so that we can see if there's a potential mover. So we want to make sure that we stick to tickers that do have that high volatility, and when we have that volatility, we can, you know, play the easier trades after like psychological pumps and stuff. So thank you guys so much for the suggestions. This is all sounding very good. Abner Cruz coming in with a very, very considerate donation, man. Thank you guys so much for doing that, you guys. I can't tell you how much that's gonna help my kids and my family and stuff. That's very kind of you. So Abner Cruz says, what's up, Arca? I'm still waiting on the reply on Twitter. That CTMX ticker ran at about 54% today. I made, no way, you really made 6K today, Abner? That is amazing. We're gonna look at CTMX as the first ticker, and as soon as we get some more people up in the chat, we'll go ahead and look over that CTMX per your request and per Lone Wolf. So that is gonna be very, very cool too. But yeah, Lone Wolf, that's what I was saying, man. I think honestly, the popular vote can also kind of grow the channel too. You know what I mean? By bringing some more people in, and then this way we can actually work as our own engine in the Discord by filtering out what's not as relevant and what is relevant, so that we stick to the plays that can actually make some short-term plays, right? So I think it's looking pretty good, and so we stopped at Raining Fire for ASTA, and I think somebody just somebody asked me for. Let me just take a look here. Oh yeah, that's Mr. J coming through. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the list in the order of which we're gonna be doing this. Okay. So Mr. J, very much appreciate you. So that's gonna be FWBI for you, and MULN, right? So MULN, very cool stuff. I did release a video on MULN today as well, so if you want some deeper details other than the ones that we can talk about here, definitely do so, and we can also look into that. Okay. Chase Cross, I know you're coming through with that JSPR. I'll try my best to fulfill that. Okay, so what did you say? ASPR? A JSPR. And that's another ticker that's a squeeze play or what, man? All these really small tickers are just launching to the moon. What is happening? I was saying yesterday in joke that, man, we're like in the OTC bubble right now. Although, you know, obviously not everything is an OTC or whatever. So so guys, if I'm missing your comments, please don't hesitate to just try it again. Okay, you guys, I'm just kind of getting a little drowned here, but it's all good. Mark Roach saying SPRB up 106.40% after hours. after hours. So it was actually block trades by big money. Interesting. Very, very cool. Okay, so and then somebody, I forgot. Hold on just a sec. I just got to look back up in the chat because the comments are coming in a little faster and faster by the day, you guys. So I want to make sure that we do catch some important things here. Okay, we're gonna go over the list of tickers that we're gonna evaluate, but please know that I'm just getting the chat situated first, okay? Allowing some more people to step in so that we can start this analysis the right way. All right, you guys, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and everything will be very, very, very much cool. And okay, Sean, oh, I don't believe you, my dude. Man, thank you so much, dude. So give us your thoughts on AMC and Ape dead play, or is it still going to rip? Stuck to 60,000. there was really that talk, huh? Somebody said B saying HKD. I got you. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, sorry. Hold on just a sec, Sean. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you right now. But that's a very, very nice gesture of you, man. Thank you so much, Sean. If there's anything I can do to look into other than my thoughts on AMC and Ape, which I'm gonna just literally say now, I will absolutely do my best, because I do have some thoughts for you that you have to consider that a lot of people are not considering regarding AMC and Ape, even including GME, even including BBIG, all of those. Okay, so I'm talking about the OGs, the ones that started alongside GME, followed by AMC and stuff like that. You know, so. We have to keep some things in mind. Okay, so right after Mr. J, we're gonna put in B for that ticker. What was it? HKD. A lot of people asking about HKD. Very, very interesting thing here. Actually, you know what, Samantha, can I bother you with something? I would. This is actually something that I'm having a little bit of trouble with, and I want to be able to kind of link when I do say the ticker that I'm going to start with. So I'm thinking if you can do this would be great. Okay, but if you can't, it's entirely fine. So just if you can see when at what. There's no way to say this, huh? Because you don't see the time that there's no minutes. It doesn't show minutes from when I'm streaming on the screen. It doesn't say that, right? It doesn't say like you're at 56 minutes in or something. I'm just trying to, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to see if I can link when I start a ticker and, according to the specific time which we're in. So no, that's okay. So there is another way that I think I can do this, but I'm gonna figure this out through the OBS software that I'm using for streaming. There is a record button there that I'm really afraid to press. So I'm actually looking at uploading several videos, and these videos are actually, those are the timestamps I'm talking about, Zephram. But I don't know where I am, because like I would have to go through the entire video all over again after I upload it to see where I am. So at this point, what I'm thinking is just, OBS software has this start recording function that I'm going to try out later, probably not here, because I'm going to end up just killing everybody off. So I think I'm just going to wait and possibly just start uploading several tickers based on what's happening on the live, So I'll start recording and then I'll stop the recording after that ticker is done. So you guys are going to be part of that, like, everyday video type of thing, right? So David Parr asking, what about oil futures? WTI, I am not in that play just yet, and I am not following WTI, but I know that it has been on the decline, and I know that it's been losing some momentum, as wheat as well. Okay, so if you guys know the way that the markets move, then usually when you see oil go up, wheat goes up as well. Okay, so then when the economy starts to feel a certain way, wheat and oil come down. Okay, and futures is a good way to see that. But very good question, David. I'm actually not following the WTI ticker just yet, but I will be considering that as in this future private trading group that I'm trying to create in Discord. Okay, for trading futures, which is very Very interesting stuff. Guys, lots of money can be made there. Peter saying, hola Arca, Pedro está en la casa. Pedro, llegaste. Qué bien que llegaste, mi amigo. Thank you so much. So back to Sean. Sean, so I'm going to give you my most honest opinion in there. So give me a... Are you still in the chat? I want to know that you're still here, bro, before I answer that, because I want to make sure that you're still here so that I can answer straight to you. So whenever you do appear, my friend, please, there you go. Okay, so Sean, he's asking with his fine donation, you guys, he asked, give us your thoughts on AMC and APE. Dead play, or is it still going to rip? Stuck at 60. Damn, so 60,000 shares is what you have? That's what you're long? Oh my goodness. Sorrison, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. No. The wheat, as in like trading wheat. Okay, all right. So that I'm happy that you're not 60,000 shares in, right? But no, it's actually, you're speaking of monetary. Anyway, so it's only dead right now, and it only appears to be dead because the AMC asset alongside GME, alongside BBIG, are very much sympathy plays to the broader markets. Okay, so while there is weakness to the S&P 500, to the NDX, to the broader markets in general, there's gonna be weakness to these mid-level stocks and stuff. Okay, so this is a very touchy subject to a lot of people, because I answer it in a way that actually has the most balanced answer, meaning that I am considering sentiment, I'm considering the world, literally the economical situation. I'm thinking of the war. I'm thinking of a lot of things. You know what I mean? So if we're in this like turbulent time, then we're gonna be in turbulent times with assets that are more susceptible to broader market movement. Okay, so there is the biggest potential that we are going to be facing in additional, potentially, I mean, I don't want to say like this, you guys, but I do see another bear market period throughout the entire, maybe even, I'm saying minimum, past halfway of this year of 2023, we're going to be in bear market or a recessionary period, like continuing it. So I don't see any type of recovery until at least October, November of this year, even into the following year. Okay, so if AMC and APE are in fact, dependent on broader market activity, then AMC and APE will be dead until then. So, I mean, for the people who lost money in the bull market leading up to the 2007, 8, and 9 events, it took about 5 years to recover. I'm talking to recover to break even. So at this point, my loss is so great on AMC and APE that it's basically tax free now. I'm just gonna leave it there. You know what I mean? Because at this point, we can see a continuation to the downside for both tickers, and we could literally take our average from whatever the split actually happened. It took my average of about, I think, $37 or something. It took my average down to about $22 or something for my AMC position. So we can literally wait for this thing to be at $1 and then buy such little shares at $1 that it'll bring that average down so ridiculously. But I wouldn't suggest buying anything now. I mean, also for the fact that I'm not a financial advisor, right? So I think it's gonna be dead for. I mean, it's relevant. Okay, it's gonna be dead for at least to the mid to end of this year, until you see it start to grow alongside the broader markets. Okay, so it's, yes, a lot of, and I'm saying it's a sensitive subject, Sean, because there's a lot of people saying that. Am I for the reverse split? Sorry, I didn't catch that question. I just noticed it right now. I don't think I want to do that. I'd rather them. I mean, if they need to maintain some type of compliance, then I guess we have no other option but doing a reverse split will essentially push the price even lower. So I guess if we're going to capitulate the price then and dilute the asset, then I guess since we're already at a 90% loss, then maybe we should take it. But I don't think I'm for it though. You know what I mean? So in general, a reverse split is just not good for the asset. So yeah, I think the recovery will happen until after the bear market is done. As soon as we start getting some recovery, as soon as we start getting a potentially, I'm saying a very potential dovish dovish movements from the Fed, then maybe yeah, we can actually start to see that recovery. So, and by then we had already accumulated so many shares of that AMC asset that we would likely pass the $23 mark if the markets do recover. But we would definitely need to see about a $4,200 NDX or you know, so there's a lot of crap here, man. I hope I'm answering this the best way that I can, because this is a very touchy subject, and I'm saying touchy because usually people will blame the short sellers for this, but in all honesty, if we're actually making this downside in a bear market, then why wouldn't big money short it? You know, so this is the best way for anyone to hide predatory anything if that's going to be the case, you know. I would certainly hide if I was doing those predatory shorts during a bear market, because how else wouldn't you be able to hide it? You know, you can't hide it in a bull market, because then you'll just be shorting something to oblivion while everything is moving up. That's highly questionable and highly sus. You know what I mean? So yeah, Samantha, I'm talking about the QSIP for AMC Ape. And also, I know that they're talking about merging both of the assets into just the AMC. So they're talking about Xing out Ape, and who knows what that's going to do. You know, it's just going to add the value of Ape back into your AMC, which is already a little questionable. You know what I mean? By doing that, it's like you squeezed more money out of retail, and then you're going to squeeze more money out of retail by putting it back again. It's like it's a little manipulative. You know, you know, and a lot of people will be like, a little, like, so yeah. And to be honest, cryptic trader, Adam Aaron is not looking out really for his shareholders, as any CEO shouldn't be. You know what I mean? CEOs should be looking at the survival of their company while everything else is being managed in another way. So, Aaron probably did whatever's best for his thing, so he killed off the literally, like B is saying, so he killed off retail and stuff, and just we're the ones to kind of bear that downside. And it's also through a bear market too, which is just horrendous. I can tell you guys that that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Sean O is saying, all good, homie. I'm holding the bags for everyone. I can't sell. I'm stuck. I can't either, bro. I'm stuck too, and I'm definitely not going to do it. So I mean, if you're holding an asset past a year, so that's at the year mark, that would become tax free. I'm talking about in the U.S., of course. I don't know of any other countries' politics and stuff. So in this case, yeah, holding it for a year, you would just be tax free. So Stickfish is saying, didn't AVCT do a QSIP change as well, but didn't have the same effect? It was actually COSM that did that QSIP, and it didn't go bearish. It did. It did for a flash, and then it just rocket shipped. You know, so that's kind of like I don't know, but maybe we can consider that a little bit of a black swan event. You know what I mean? So that's a very interesting situation. What happened, which is now creating this like psychological thing amongst retail, in the belief that any reverse split, since the metrics are similar to COSM, is going to happen to this one too. Like CEI is another example of that. Everybody was in the belief that CEI was going to make that rip to the upside upon a downside after that reverse split, thus squeezing out the short sellers. So no, that's actually an invalid thesis, and I think that the reverse splits are in general not a good thing for an asset, and usually creates a type of fear So yeah, literally, B is saying COSM was an error. Man, that is absolutely right. That was a black swan like no other. Lots of people made incredible money on that play. And to tell you the truth, whatever I called in that play, you can consider that luck. Okay, so that you don't come on here thinking that I was just like this magical guru with like crystal ball saying that it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that, and it happened. It is luck, you guys. Okay, not intelligence. A lot of the times we actually just are able to look at the relevant supports and resistances, and from there, all we can do is just look at the higher probabilities of things. So we backtest things, we look at price action, I stick to the charts, I look at them all the damn time, and we're able to see what those targets can be, the higher probability targets, that is. So, and now George T is saying Adam Aaron sold shares to hedge fund and they only got to hold until 30 days. Then they will sell. So Mudrick from Mudrick Capital is a hedge fund manager on AMC's HYMC. That's the gold mining thing, right? So the HYMC board. So hedge fund on the inside and the outside. Wow, that's incredible, DD. George, thank you so much for sharing that with the chat. That's incredible. I actually did not know that, and I'm actually not following any details within the Hycroft mining thing. And I know that there's a lot of speculation with that, even the moment that it actually started. that there was that type of merger, but Hycroft mining and all that, I was actually never really for it. I'm talking about in the first place, right? But David Parr, Adam Aaron is a crook. Yeah, I mean, definitely people are going to be looking at it like that for the rest of AMC's life. Unfortunately, he made these moves in the wrong timing. He wasn't looking, a lot of the times people blame the Fed too for not looking at statistical variables and looking at it more in the discretionary side of things, right? So he's been advised to look at statistics the way that I look at and the way that smart money looks at, and hedge funds and stuff, looks at the market. This is you look at statistics for probabilities. It's like, I mean, if you're being told that 9 out of 10 times this happens and you say no, why would you say no if you're getting an odd out of 9 out of 10? So that's basically how I trade. I look at probability metrics and stuff, and a lot of the times it's just because more people say yes than no. It really is that simple, except you just have to be as creative as you can be into looking at the metrics that you want to really evaluate, right? So David Parr saying they voted out of his bonus and he never forgot it. Wow. And he does, David, doesn't he own about 6 million or some crazy number, like 5.8 or 6.8 million securities? He has a lot of, he's long that thing like crazy. Man. So Cryptic Trader says Arca, all trading is getting an edge. That's not luck. That's not luck. It's an edge. That's exactly right. Cryptic Trader is saying it exactly right. So I know a lot of traders actually who, for example, me, you guys, I have really bad. I can be as transparent as I can for you, right? So I have really bad risk management. You know what I mean? So, but upon having really bad risk management, I have a serious edge on top of that. So, which actually means that I can still make money within the trade, even having a bad risk management. But inversely, if you're a trader who has bad who has great risk management but has no edge, then you're probably not going to make any money. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times we do have to look at those factors, and try to strengthen one or the other, because I can tell you for a fact that there are so many clever ways to get your risk management on. And I mean, there are so many ways, just like a puzzle, like when you're going long, like if you're saying I'm going to scale up if the price action does this from this point to that point, I'm going to scale to the if it continues, if I see strength, I'm going to just go ahead and go in harder, right? I'm going to go long, and you go long and it continues going to the upside. Well, that's your edge, and you never worried about your risk management. So you have a strong edge to the upside and you continue to do that, and then great, you know what I mean? But if you suck at your risk management and you have edge, good. But if you don't have risk management and you suck, then please, we have to study together. So Raining Fire saying, Arca, you should do a picture-in-picture. Let us all see the God. Oh my goodness. And somebody actually said, I forgot who said 5K face reveal for Arca. So I was actually considering something similar to that, but maybe we will have to extend that to 10K subscribers in YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button before it's too late, before Arca gets fired from YouTube, right? So Stick Vicious saying scared money don't make money, but educated money makes damn good. Yeah, man. So that's the saying right there. As bare as it can be. Oh, Eric, what's up, buddy? I noticed that you stepped into the chat. I haven't actually greeted you, my bro. My power lifter himself coming through, saying hello. Lone Wolf. All right. So you guys, I think the chat is looking pretty healthy right now. We're gonna go ahead and start getting into the serious note and getting these charts these charts up in the move. Tony, what's up, man? Watched your vids and seems to expect bearish next 3 or so days into the next week. From what ticker in particular? I actually released about 5 videos today, T Wood, and those 5 videos were including MULN, COSM, GTII, ATNF, and CLNV, if I remember correctly. My goodness. Guys, and it's so many tickers all the time. Tickers. Okay, David Parr saying, hold on, I need to walk the dog. Bro, by the time your dog takes the poop and you come back, it's already going to be the end of the stream. Don't you do it. Lillian, hello. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Mark Roach, what it do? Okay, he says, what's the order of the tickers? Yes, let's go ahead and go over... yeah, we should go over the order of the tickers. So we're going to be looking at first ticker symbol CTMX, followed by WULF, AVCT, TOPS, MGAM, COSM, SPRB, MULN, HKD, ASTA, and JSPR. So yeah, David, pause it and definitely, it'll all be good. And David, actually, which one are you looking at? Are you looking at that CTMX as well? A lot of people looking for CTMX. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing that now. No, Mr. J just said no reveal. LOL. Mystery and anonymity is priceless. If you hear that, you guys, Mr. J just bid against you not to reveal. So we're now going to have to push it to 100,000 subscribers per Mr. J's request. You guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate everybody here tonight. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and start prepping our tickers for tonight. So we're going to go ahead and load up a new instance, because in this case, I actually don't have CTMX as a new one. Is that like just popping for me? Is that like just brand new to Arca, or has everybody been talking about CTMX for like 4 months before me? Yes, MGAM is going to be looked at, Edwin, and that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5th on the list. So we're still doing good. Yeah, man, look at that. Mark Roach saying 4,000 subs coming in soon. I have been at 3,000 subs for about a week and a half. I can't even believe it. I have no idea how that is like happening like this. Wait. David, are you Lou as in Lou versus Wall Street? I thought he disappeared. Don't tell me this is a Lou play, man. Everybody's going to get stuck. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. Now I'm super... Wow. David says, yes, he did speak about it, in fact. So now I'm compelled to give you the utter truth. Okay? Not that I don't anyway, you know what I mean? But now I'm going to have to really look at it and make sure that Lou doesn't take the retail's money up in here, man. You guys deserve better. Okay, you guys? Very, very interesting times with Lou. I thought he was gone. I literally thought he disappeared. I looked for his account one day, and I was just like, man, where are you at? Edwin, David Parr says, is it pair or par? Sorry, my apologies. I don't mean to continuously, rattle your name to death. So David Parr says, I trust. I certainly hope so, dude. I'm not asking for the trust either. I just really want to make sure that you guys are are given at least a good chance at making some money and not having somebody asking for money in order for you to give them some viable information, which it's kind of selfish if you ask me, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Everybody has their own strategy, and no hate against the strategies. Look at that. That's a 4-hour candle on CTMX. You guys are crazy. Oh my goodness. How is this like party happening here? My goodness. And it was on good news. What was the news? Why is CTMX running? Oh my goodness. David saying popped up on a new channel. He erased all the old ones. Wow. Incredible. CLNV is the loop play. Oh, so CLNV is the loop play? No way. I'm actually I'm surprised by that. I'm not, guys, I don't watch Lou. Okay, so that's definitely not something I am doing, okay? So, all right, so now I am going to officially look at the ticker now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at this now, you guys. I'm not going to pay attention to the chat just for the next few minutes so we can get these tickers on the move. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at CTMX. Hopefully, this is the argued Lou play, right? So we don't know yet. We're going to go ahead and verify all that information later. All right. So chat, hold on just for a quick sec, and we're going to look at now CTMX. Let's go ahead and start off just the way we always do. Okay, you guys. Obviously there is a little lightning bolt here from today, so which is telling me that CTMX is in fact a catalyst play. So this is outlines 2023 company priorities. Yeah, there's stuff happening within CTMX in the fundamental space. So very, very good things here. Let's take a look at the space that we have. Okay, always take note of the areas that could be a type of psychological component for your trade, right? So let's go ahead and just first note this one right down here. Let's see, there's a gap that we can see, but literally from about $1.33 down to about $1.33 gap down below us. Okay, I'm not saying that we're gonna reach there. I'm just saying that we need to take into account these psychological components. Okay, so volume obviously looking very good. All right, so now let's go ahead and load up momentum and see what we have. We're gonna load up some moving averages as well. We're gonna take a look at some geometrical targets and see how this can continue. Okay, you guys, so we're going to load up the SMAs. We're going to look at the 50, the 10, the 50, 100, and 200. Very good thing here is that we have now converted the SMA 200 as a form of support. This is significant support since we are in the daily chart, okay? Guys, please make sure... chat, sorry, I got a little distracted here. Mark Roche saying, don't forget to record it. No, I'm not. Real quick, you guys, I'm not going to record the specific tickers because I don't know what that record button is going to do, and I don't want to kick everybody out by accident. Okay, so we're going to do that potentially the next ticker. So this one's I'm just going to have to look back later and create the timestamps so that people can come back in. But man, thank you, by the way. I just noticed all the caps, and I'm like, oh, chat's going crazy. So thank you by the way. Anyway, so yes, we are looking at a continuation to the upside thus far. Let's go ahead and pull up momentum, and we're going to do it by, let's see, yeah, momentum represented by the RSI. This is relative strength index. Okay, so we are suggesting on the daily time frame an aggressive upside, and we're well within the bull strength percentile. Okay, these are the zones right over here for you to look at. So let's just go ahead and take a look at some higher term time frames and see if this can continue an upside. So bi-daily upside, 3-day aggressive upside, 5-day aggressive upside, my goodness, weekly aggressive upside, and bi-weekly still with the upside. Okay, so this may be in the process of making a macro reversal. Okay, but I have to express to you how overbought we are in the 8-hour. Okay, let's just go ahead and zoom out now. We have to zoom out to see just how far we've gone into the overbought historically speaking. Okay, please look at my cursor and look at I'm talking about the horizontal line. Okay, look all the way to the left and look at that one iteration. Type A in the chat. Let me get A's in the chat if you see that iteration all the way to the left touching my cursor. Let me get some A's in the chat if you see that. Okay, I'm not going to move my mouse to it because I want to know that the chat is paying attention to these very important things. Let me get some A's in the chat if you do see that prior iteration with my cursor to the left. Okay, good, you guys. If you see that, that means that we're potentially at an area where we have already reversed from. Okay, so, and I'm talking about particularly to the 8-hour chart. Okay, so let's go ahead and now make a trend line from this implied area. Okay, so let's zoom in so that we can get it as tight as we can, and then we can see how close we are to that prior iteration, because this is now another psychological component. Okay, we now zoom out again and take a look here. Okay, so it looks like we've gone a little past this, and it is at 90.77%, and we're at 89.91, signaling a potential continuation to the upside for a very short period. So let's take a look at the shorter term timeframes, as there may be now an area for us to look at as a pullback and a reaccumulation zone before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so let's load up now the 4-hour and see what the RSI has to say. RSI is already heavily overbought here as well, and let's just zoom out real quick, and it looks like it's potentially making, yep, this iteration is slightly below the trend line where the 4-hour is currently sitting. Now we are making historical highs. This is a historic high now on the 4-hour chart for RSI, increasing the odds for a pullback. Okay, so this is something that can express some danger. Okay, so now the hourly chart, this is what I mean. Look, the hourly chart now showing some weakness. The immediate short-term timeframes will potentially continue to the downside so that we can find a type of reaccumulation before a continuation to the upside. Okay, let's look at the 30-minute and see what we have. 30-minute also suggesting some downside. And the downside is very, very curious, because in the 30-minute in particular, I can already see the SMA 10 landing at $2.43 from the current $2.83 where we are. Okay, so there is a high potential that this downside reaccumulation period can allow a small gap of time for longs to get, for bulls to get long this stock at about $2.41 and then continue it to the upside, because this is now heavily impacted by psychology. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just take the 12-hour time frame. We'll do that instead. Was there after hours activity on this? So yes, there was, and it continued to the upside heavily afterward. So let's take now an inverse fib, right? And we'll go ahead and see if that 243 level lands at anywhere specific. Okay, so let's go ahead and take an inverse fib from the swing high to the swing low of this 12-hour iteration. Okay, so we can see right over here the 0618, of course it would, at $2.40. Okay, so this is in line with the SMA 10 in the 8-hour chart. Okay, so I think it's the 8-hour, or which one was it? Maybe the daily. Man, I hate it that I miss those steps sometimes, guys. This is usually something I take care of when I'm by myself. Okay, so all right, here we don't go again, you guys. Somebody fire this guy. Who got this guy in here in the first place? There it is. Okay, so the 30-minute time frame so it's actually not 243. It is 241 in confluence with the 12-hour, not 618, 240. Okay, so I'm using it like this because I like to take inverse fibs and geometrical patterns from the higher term time frame and then connecting it to the shorter, immediate short term. Okay, so if we're looking at a downside continuation, I can see this very likely to start loading. I'll give you that range right now just so that you are clear about it, right? So we have the not 618 at 240 located where the SMA 10 on the 30-minute chart is located, and the not 786 at 224. Okay, so this is very likely an area for reaccumulation. Okay, so we can expect a type of bounce here and then continue on to the upside per momentum, right? So I'm literally, this is going to be a little choppy, okay, because the 4-hour is already incredibly overbought. Let's look at the 8-hour. The 8-hour is already overbought like crazy. The 12-hour still has more room to go, and the daily has just incredible room. So we're gonna be looking at like some sideways price action, a little bearish, and a continuation like this until we get that resolved out of the way, and reaccumulation, particular to the 12-hour, of course. as soon as we get this like sideways price action here, validating this as literally a great point of support, as soon as the sentiment feels that this is a great point of support, we will continue to the upside. Okay, but I wouldn't consider the upside unless we do have a minimum 4-hour candle above $2.40 on a closing basis. Okay, so this is a very cool play. Okay, so CTMX definitely looking for some continuation to the upside. But first, wait for that pullback reaccumulation here, and then we can make that upside trajectory. Okay, I hope that you guys did get that answer correctly. Lone Wolf, I got you, my dude. Sorry about yesterday, my guy, and I will certainly try my best to continue looking at the chat, but there's a lot of times to where I can't catch up to everybody, right, you guys? So please bear with me. And also, I know that there's already a good amount of people here in the chat. Please, there are so many Arca imposters out, like trying to get people to WhatsApp. Guys, I don't have a WhatsApp. I'm never going to share my phone number like that. Certainly not in comments. I will not message you first. Okay, don't fall for that. Okay, you guys, I really want to express that. I don't want you guys to lose money to some mischievous acts out here. Okay, you guys be very safe. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker. We are going to look at ticker symbol WULF. Okay, so ticker symbol WULF is particular to the miners for BTC, Bitcoin. And we've been evaluating it. And actually, to tell you the truth, Sebastian, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this was a miss on me. I don't remember if I said we were going to continue to the upside and then to the downside. I forgot what I said yesterday. But did I misguide you, or did this actually happen? I'm talking to you, Sebastian, and Sebastian Lim, Singapore. What's up, man? So yeah, I'm not sure what I said about Wolf, and I'm not sure if this is gonna. I mean, it looks entirely bearish. The daily time frame is still suggesting downside. There is a support from the 14-day moving average right down here. So if I were to, in very discretionary terms, I am looking at a continuation to the downside here, and in doing so, we can see a potential touch of the SMA 10. At about 68 cents. Okay, so we're sitting at about. Let me just open up the 12-hour. In fact, the 12-hour is 72. Okay, so and now the daily is 72. Good. So yeah, I could see an immediate short-term touch to about the SMA 10. I would not consider the EMA 7, the 7-day exponential moving average, as a form of support just yet. It's too close. It's too close to the price action. This is likely going to surpass this and use not only the SMA 10, but as you can see, the cursor all the way to the left, that green candle right over here is literally in line with the SMA 10, as well as this, using it as a form of support. There's a lot of rhyming within this. Okay, right here, this candle using it as a form of resistance, support here. Okay, so very likely we can see a touch back to that 68 cent level, and then we can continue on to the upside. But if we can look at the immediate short-term time frame, let's see. Yeah, so we're looking at a continuation to the downside immediately. Okay, so let's look at the buy hourly now. Buy hourly suggesting a little slower on that downside continuation. 6-hour is suggesting downside with a potential support down here, which is very much in accordance to what I'm talking to you about within the SMA 10. Okay, let's look at the 12-hour now. The 12-hour is that one that we were just on, and let's look at some higher term. 2-day or bi-daily suggesting a little bit of a downside. Also in accordance with what my downside thesis is saying, we can see a recovery of this asset potentially the end of next week or the beginning of the following week. Okay, Sebastian, I hope that you are still here, my bro, but I am definitely seeing some downside coming in. Okay, so definitely keep your eyes on that 68, 67 cent level before we can continue to that upside. Okay, so that is, I hope that I did answer that correctly, Sebastian. So I can go ahead and now move on to the next ticker right here. Leroy Jenkins saying, Arca, can you take a quick look at Microsoft? Looking to go short on it if it breaks below 220, 219-ish. Any thoughts on that? So let me put it on the list, Leroy. I want to make sure that we can try and catch up to that. But if I don't get to it tonight, Leroy, we can always do some. I can always send you an image later on tonight with a trading view image, literally like this, with that. But I'm gonna put it on the list nonetheless. Okay, so you're talking about Microsoft MSFT. Okay, yeah. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. Okay, so guys, let me just go ahead and open up this window. Give me about 15 seconds, just a little bit. It's getting super hot in the studio. Okay, hold on just a sec, you guys. Let me open up that window. We are back at it again with the white vans. All right, so that was it for ticker symbol WULF. Sebastian, I hope you're still there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, guys. AVCT is up. So AVCT, I saw that is making some momentous moves. Good stuff. Good stuff. Who's in AVCT, by the way? Is anybody in that ticker? Oh, man. So I do have a bunch of saves for AVCT, but I'm not sure if they're all relevant. Right, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this one right here and see what it's got to offer. Very good amount of people in the chat. You guys, if you are new, please make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate all of you, all of my the moderators, guys. Thank you so much. Hound saying he took entry today on AVCT. Very, very cool stuff, man. It looks like it has been continuing to the upside rigorously. My goodness, this is great stuff. Congratulations if you are in ticker symbol AVCT. Please notice right down here in the momentum, RSI suggesting a continuation to the upside. Now we are getting this curvature on the 14-day moving average, and it is suggesting a continuation to the upside as well. Okay, now let's just go ahead and take a look at those. The buy daily upside. On the buy daily, we have 3-day suggesting upside, and this is a limited upside. Yeah, this is a limited upside based on the fact that now we're losing a little bit of strength in the 5-day. Okay, so look at the weekly now, giving us a similar, man. I mean, this can arguably be corrective, and it may actually signal a continuation, but this continuation could actually present a new area of highs for then continuing there for a while, right? So whoever is riding the coattail right now is very much in the know. Okay, so let's look at the shorter term time frames, and then we're going to look at some targets for AVCT. Okay, so for you know what, let's start immediate short term, 30-minute, right? 30-minute is suggesting an immediate upside. But as long as we do maintain in this deep area of the bull strength percentile, which is actually right up here, we are likely to find some sideways trading, okay? And it looks like we have some iterations that are suggesting that sideways trading coming in the candles, okay? But let's go ahead and now move up the tree. So now, yeah, we have the buy hourly suggesting a continuation to the upside, and this has already crossed the 14-day moving average, and I'm saying this as in the RSI signal line, the purple line, okay? The RSI signal now has crossed the 14-day moving average, which is very bullish, and we are peeking our heads right into the overbought percentile. This is suggesting an aggressive upside almost immediately, so this is still looking good. We're going to look at targets. Let's just go ahead and gather the puzzle pieces first, okay? All right, so now very similar to the bi-hourly is the 6 hour, suggesting massive upside. It is very aggressive, and the moving average is right below us too, guiding that price action towards the upside. So this is looking promising nonetheless. Okay, huge 6 hour bullish engulfing right here. This is signaling a continuation to the upside. If you are not familiar with candle analysis, I am not too big of a fan of it in the shorter term time frames, but please do notice that this structure here, when we are creating a green candle with a heavier body than the previous candle in red, this is called a bullish engulfing candle formation. My goodness, that is a whole tongue twister all in itself. Arca can't talk. Arca can't do nothing. My goodness. All right, so now please take a look. Please take a look at this as the RSI is also suggesting that upside. Okay, so this is that signal of a bullish engulfing all together, all very well. We have the volume profile with a huge amount of buy volume. I know that you can't see it very well, but we can make it just a little bit more profound, right? Whatever. You guys can see it. It doesn't matter. So yes, we're looking at that continuation to the upside. I may have deleted my volume, but it's all good. We can just do that Control Z or Command Z and get it right back into that picture. Okay, the continuation to the upside is very much likely. What I don't like here is actually this huge evening star, but the evening star would actually have to have the wick above the previous candles, okay, and the head at the top. So in this case, the 12-hour RSI is still suggesting massive upside. It's only an indication. Like I said, candle analysis is not always the best in the shorter term time frames. I'm talking about being minimum like the daily, you know what I mean? So, but still, we practice it and look at it, whatever we can do, right? Toon saying, I think Arca is going crazy. My bro, I am always going crazy over here. So many requests, so many comments, so many good things, so many good people, and so many opportunities to make some cash as entertainment, as not a financial advisor, right, you guys? Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So let's go ahead and move on. Now let's look at the bi-daily RSI, since we already did. So yeah, you guys, what this is telling me is that the continuation to the upside is nonetheless imminent, and we can look at some potential targets. Let's take a swing high to swing low Fibonacci retracement, load up some moving averages, and see if we have any points of confluence, right? So we'll do the SMAs first, and in this case, we actually don't have any SMAs above us except the except the 100-day simple moving average landing right near the 4.618. You guys hear that beep? There's a sandstorm again outside, guys. If I lose you, I'll come right back in. Okay, so everything is looking pretty good thus far. Angel Eyes, thank you for stopping by. What's up? Zephyr, what's up, man? Okay, so yeah, we have the SMA 100 near that 4.618 at $1.94. I am not implying that we're gonna go there like we're just gonna rocket ship there tomorrow. I'm not saying that. In fact, there are several areas that we need to consider. For example, this weird candle area here that has so many connections. I gotta get rid of these. I've been looking at this ticker for some time, you guys. So let's draw first of all a trend line across so that we can see where this area here, this is you see this candle top here it has confluence with this candle wick low, and it has been used as a form of resistance here. Those types of areas are areas of interest, you know, particular to take profits, particular for short scalps, you know. So we have to watch out for things like that, you guys. Okay, be sharp, be very sharp with these things. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw that in, and please take a look at my cursor alongside these candles right here. Like I said, right here and right here, we have that connection, right? Let's look at where that's landing. Of course, it's landing at the Yoda zone itself, 1.618. Okay, usually where the trade likes to take things. Okay, so if I'm gonna be able to give you an area to take profit, right, as a type of just momentum play or a scalp play, right? You can actually take profits between the 1.272 at 140 and the 1.618, very likely to touch that area at 146. Okay, so we can actually face a little bit of resistance here, come back, test our current highs, and then continue on to the upside per momentum's suggestions. Okay, momentum being RSI in this case. All right, so now the second area of take profit I would consider is actually located between the 2.272 and the 2.618. That is 156 to about 162. Okay, so please notice here the entire relevance of that range. So this is the other likely area. The third one, which is not likely for the immediate short term, this can take some days unless there is like some news that like Elon Musk buys AVCT, then this thing is just gonna, catapult to the moon, and then everybody's a millionaire, right? So in this case, I don't see this upside target being touched on just yet. It could take some time, and it may very well be super corrective along that upside continuation. Okay, but it would be between the 4.236 at a dollar and what is that? $1.88 and $1.98. Okay, so this is the very least likely area that we're gonna go on for tomorrow. Okay, so we don't look at this. Okay, very, very much so. We can look at this as a first area of take profit, and then we can look at this right here, potentially end of day tomorrow, maybe the following day. Okay, so tomorrow being Friday, so you never know. It could. I'm saying Fridays are usually green, right? Are usually pretty bullish, so we could maybe see that $1.62 range being touched. Okay, AVCT looking good. Thank you so much for that donation, Sebastian Lim. Let's go ahead and now take care of ticker symbol TOPS. Who's in TOPS? Is anybody making money in TOPS, man? Because I remember we looked at it yesterday and it was looking pretty spicy. It was looking like it was going to make some good moves to the upside. I hope it did. And so buy daily chart is here. So there is a back test that I was supposed to run on this that I see that I have not just yet. All right, but anyway, we are still on the roll here. All right, so PO. I said purchase order. My goodness, you guys, where are you confusing things here, man? Arca doesn't know what he's saying anymore. All right, so I want to actually open up another chart of TOPS, and just so we can see what momentum is suggesting for it. Okay, so let's look at TOPS on. Yeah, I have a quick save right here. If you are new to the chat, make sure to hit that like button, you guys. Hit that subscribe button so that we can continue seeing your, so we can continue being graced by your presence within the YouTube live stream. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for all those donations. Appreciate everybody here. So let's go ahead and now move on to the immediate short-term time frame of ticker symbol TOPS. Okay, so very bearish on the immediate short term, suggesting a continuation to the downside and using the moving average as a form of resistance. Okay, now that we're approaching the deep areas of the bear weakness percentile, we are likely to face that pull right into the prior zone, or the following zone in this case, since we're heading down, and that would be the bear strength percentile. Okay, so now we are looking at a potential touch of about $1.22 where the SMA 100 is, and I can actually give you a range for that support bottom between the SMA 100 and yeah, right over here, between the SMA 100 and the candle lows, between this gap. I don't see the gap being filled just yet, although we do have these tiny little candles everywhere here. What I mean is that we're not going to we are likely not to touch the underside of this gap. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, my goodness, can't speak English. So very likely we touch the top side of that gap at the SMA 100 at $1.21. Okay, so I know that I'm moving through this one a little fast. It's just I'm very familiar with it. So another thing to notice here is that we can't actually take this too much into consideration since it's an immediate short-term time frame. But it looks like price action is in the process of building an ascending broadening wedge here, which is overall bearish. Okay, so let me see if I can connect this in any other way. Okay, because there is a few ways to connect this and bind it. Okay, so yeah, my goodness, and it may already be. I hope TOPS is not done because this is looking like it could potentially be soon. Okay, now just based on this, but remember again, 30-minute time frames are just so unreliable. Okay, so wow. Let me look at momentum in the other term timeframes and see just how low can this go? Downside. Oh, okay. Guys, if you are in profits with TOPS, I would suggest as a non-financial advisor and as just the homie, I would suggest a potential take profit soon. Please notice that the 3-day, I'm going to go ahead and block visibility from any other drawings. Notice this enormous shooting star here. So this is a shooting star doji on the 3-day, and this can suggest a powerful move to the downside. If we're noticing on the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame that we are building an ascending broadening wedge, then the ascending broadening wedge would essentially invalidate my thesis of not touching this downside here. I'm talking literally in the next day we probably won't touch this, but what I can see as a implied path is this. Okay, so let's just go ahead and make this a little larger. Without that, of course, and now let's make the screen a little bigger so that you can see what I mean, okay? Because the take profit for this play is pretty low. All right, so we can definitely see this type of movement. We can come back immediate short-term time frame, right? We can come back down to the SMA 100, face a bounce right here, confirm this as a newly converted support into now resistance, thus opening a short position right here. This can actually be an incredible area to open up for short, okay? So the range for short would be between 129 and about 134, followed by the succession and then clearing this down here, okay? So then we would continue to the downside and face some choppy action, a little choppy, right? Like for example here, we can face support, then we can come back and use that gap or the gap top as that resistance and eventually end up at about $1.04. Okay, so be very careful with this setup because this is a typical setup. And also, please notice the details here. I'm going to take the moving averages out and notice here that we have made test number 1 of the resistance, test number 2 of the resistance, and test number 3. This is usually where shorts open their position and ride this thing to the downside. Shorts are going to likely take some profits right at this level here. It's going to come right back up and test the range between that area of 129, 133, followed by a capitulation event and eventually leading to the 104 level. So if this doesn't happen within the next 2 trading days, then I was wrong, right? But this is, as a very discretionary trader, this is what I'm looking at. And if I was, I'm both short. I don't, I can't actually short because I don't have the money to short. I don't have a margin account, right? So but I'm short biased, right? I'm also long biased. So ambidextrous in that sense. So I can actually look at this like a short seller and literally play out the move for you. But it's not always that obvious, and that's why there's risk management. That's why shorts would essentially open up here, have a stop loss here, or shorts open up here and have a stop loss at the next relevant resistance, right? So then in this case, it would be their support and then continue on to the downside. So please be very careful with this asset, okay? Because if you are in some type of take profit, maybe consider taking that soon. And if you want to wait for a bounce, then definitely wait for this bounce here and then catch a little bit of a boost from this current point at potentially $1.29 to $1.33, to take profit and then let this thing ride to the downside as it could be a high potential here. But remember always, guys, it's a 30-minute time frame. The shorter term timeframes don't always play out like the way we want them to, but this is a very typical setup in a bear market, okay? I like to see these more in the daily, in the 8-hour, 12-hour, maybe bi-daily, even up to 5 days, but 30 minutes can also work too. This is, essentially a momentum play for short sellers. All right, so that is it for PO. Again, with the stupid purchase order, you guys, somebody, my goodness. Why am I even saying PO? I have never used that. Well, when I was a glass guy, I used to. Anyway, so let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. We're going to be looking at ticker symbol MGAM. So that's another one of those very popular things, right? So yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and how do we change this up? My goodness. I don't know how to remove it. We're not going to create a poll just yet, guys. I'm going to practice this later on because there's so many options here for the creators. And all right, so let's look at ticker symbol MGAM. Who's long on MGAM? Who is making money? Please let me know that you have already made mad dollars on ticker symbol MGAM. Has it ran up? Has it lost its money? What are you guys doing? Let's see. Save Pop Culture saying MGAM, Mobile Global Esports Inc., YouTubers, FFIA, and Teddy Zane think it might be possible to control float, make it pump to possibly $4 and maybe $20. Float 20. Okay, so the float is at 20.4 million. Cost to borrow is at what? Is that true? Save Pop Culture, 279% cost to borrow? That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Mark Roach, I definitely did not try to record. I don't want to click that button, man. What if I lose all you guys? Zephram saying people are trying to pump and dump MGAM again. Stock from Chinese IPO summer fad. A dozen employees with negative revenue ran out of the business complex that was repurposed model. Ooh, okay. So Eric's saying MGAM did well for me today. That's good. Man, I'm really? You want me to try that, bro? What if I lose everybody? That's gonna suck. You're putting me on the spot here. I think I can actually do it. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just afraid of clicking that, right? So let me prepare it first. So we're gonna look at ticker symbol MGAM, and that's yeah, here it is, the Esports Inc. Let's put it on log. Let's make sure to look at this on the daily time frame. And oh goodness gracious. Okay, so if you guys are already long this ticker and you guys are making mad money, these are momentum plays. And I wouldn't suggest, I mean, just based on this, I mean, gnarly price action, man, this is just, there's not much history either. You guys, I've already said this before. When there's not that much history, my edge immediately declines, okay? But I'm gonna look at this because, of course, you know what I mean? There's no, I mean, I could always suggest this, you know, I can always suggest what I see personally, right? So I like the fact that we at least have this amount of information in the daily at the very minimum, okay? So that's, that's something to watch out for. All right, so let me see what happens when that record button gets pressed. The configured recording path could not be open. Okay, so yeah, so I actually have to create an output for that recording thing, so I actually cannot do it. So now let's go ahead and dive into a serious note once again, you guys, and take a look at ticker symbol MGAM, which is about 10:21 or 10:22 p.m. That's actually how I should have done it. I actually should have looked at the time that I'm at. So I mean, luckily we're still here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call the time. So 10:22 p.m. MGAM, and you know what? Let me just go ahead and write it down. Because this is actually a pretty good way for me to keep notes and let you guys in on those timestamps, right? Because the times, I noticed that a lot of people come back to the live and actually look at it prior to, you know, at pre-market or something. So I want to make this as fluid as I can for you guys. So 10:22 p.m. we're going to start MGAM. Okay, so we're looking at it on the daily chart, and in all honesty, like maybe some moving averages, but we're not going to be able to see the SMA 100 and definitely not the 200 yet. Maybe, see what I mean? The 200 is not even apparent yet because there's no such thing, right? So we already used the SMA 100 as a form of resistance here. A good thing is that on the daily chart in particular, we have actually converted the SMA 50, which is the 50-day simple moving average, or sometimes people refer to it as the 50 period or the 10 period or the 100 period. So if you hear that, they're talking about averages. It's 1:23 a.m. for Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes, definitely take a nap. Rest those Angel Eyes. And we can always talk a little later. Okay, so yeah, we have support from the SMA 10 right at about 98 cents. So things are okay there. Let's look at the momentum now and see what kind of edge we can get for ticker symbol MGAM. Daily RSI still suggesting upside, and we've used the moving average as a form of support, so that's good. I'm not sure how much information I can gather as the time frames move up, because like this, you know what I mean. Buy daily still suggesting upside, now crossing into the bear weakness percentile. That's very good. And now look at this. So I can't give this too much credit, but it is suggesting upside on the 3-day. Okay, so now let's just go back down to the immediate short-term timeframes and see if this thing can pull back. We have a neutral bias here for the 30-minute immediate short-term. We're getting a slight hint from the moving average, the pink line, 14-day period. So this is suggesting a slight upside. We have used it as a form of support and as a guide to the upside. Okay, so usually when I see these types of neutral biases, I can actually suggest a potential downside. But like I always say, recognize your position of your RSI signal. We're definitely in the deep areas of the bull strength percentile. When we're in this deep area right in here, we can face that pull right into overbought, okay? So be very careful with this. Now let's look at the buy hourly and see what MGAM has to give us. Slightly bullish on the RSI signal, right in the grips of the bull strength percentile. That's good. And our RSI is suggesting an upside continuation nonetheless. Okay, 6-hour time frame is suggesting upside, and now freshly entering the bull strength percentile. Okay, so yeah, we could see a continuation to the upside, but if we're looking at immediate short-term time frame, let me see the 5-minute micro times, right? So because here, particularly to the 12-hour chart, I can actually see this covering or closing this gap before a continuation to the upside. So if there's going to be any type of area for somebody to reaccumulate here, the chance would be here, and I can't guarantee it. There's no way I can guarantee this. Okay, so that support level would actually land at about $1.10. Okay, for some type of reaccumulation. So now let's just take a fib and see if we have some lower levels to consider. But everything on the RSI is suggesting upside, okay? That doesn't mean it's going to just go up immediately, first of all, because this thing is incredibly impaired psychologically, okay? So it's very dangerous to trade these types of emotions, you know. This is all just sentiment. It's not per the playbook rules. So I'm gonna give you a secondary area for reaccumulation, and that could be located at the 1.618, 105, and the confluence of the SMA 10 located at 101. Okay, so that is another area of reaccumulation before a move to the upside, and that upside move can actually be seen first here at $1.61. Okay, the next area would be the wick high at $1.78. So I mean that's a large range. I wouldn't really consider that as a range. I would consider it as two different take profit zones, but I can leave it here as a box for you guys to look at later on. So potentially 161 to about 178 could be that take profit zone, and that's I mean if you do gain entry. From, let's just say at the 1.618, right? That is a nice move. You're looking at about a 60-70% move to the upside, and very likely to find a lot of resistance within this area before a pullback, and then we can see if this can move on to the upside. But again, there's just so little information to this that I'm not able to give you like clear, definitive answers. And it's really curious that this wick is leading to resistance in these candles here, because we do have another psychological component right up here, and that is the gap between $1.88 and let's see, $1.95. So this is a secondary take profit that could potentially happen as well. But please know, guys, that I'm giving this to you as the most like discretionary way that I can ever give anything to. Okay, so please be very, very, very safe about this. If you're in profits already, I don't know, maybe take some and then reaccumulate at that 1.618. Usually when I see types of plays like this, I mean, given the fact that it's just very little information, I usually stay away from them because they're just so dangerous. Right, and very unpredictable. But it doesn't mean that, you know, whales can't buy down here. I mean, it's only worth $1.19, right? And we're looking at let's see, we're looking at an 18.25 million market cap, and the floats, the total float. Man, what? it's just 13 million. This is so small. So this means that it can actually be pushed to the upside with very little money. So this can be influenced very easily, which is another reason why you don't want to hold these overnight. Okay, these are very, very touchy and very dangerous. Okay, so yeah, you guys, I'm looking at these as reaccumulation here and these zones as a potential take profit. I hope that I did answer that correctly. Okay, so be careful with these. Be very careful. So let's go ahead and move on now to the next ticker, and that is going to be ticker symbol COSM, right? So I made a video on this earlier today, but I would love to cover what I looked at here, just so that we can you know, all stay within that, within the same idea here. So yes, we are, you know what, let me go ahead and note the time. So we're going to call the time again. This is going to be 10:29 for ticker symbol COSM. All right, so that is it for that one. That's very good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so this, oh my goodness, are you serious? Go back. All right, so this is the statistical side of the analysis, and I'm touching on this because our implied path on the momentum is suggesting what we've been saying for quite some time now. I literally started drawing this right here. You can see the dot. And we were actually just a little bit above it, which is why I started here. So I said we want to correct. We want to make sure that we can find the pivot towards the upside of momentum. Since momentum is giving us about a 75 to 90% accuracy in guessing the asset's direction. So it's I'm talking about the lower. If you're familiar with statistics, I'm talking about the lower end of the first standard deviation. You're looking at 75% at the lower end, and the higher end being at about 91%. Of the first standard deviation. So that's giving us a range of probability within guessing the asset's direction, particular to momentum. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but the probabilities are pretty high. So, I think it's pretty good. And another fact is that we're literally printing the 4th day iteration critical bar of volatility. So something is bound to pop off into COSM. But I have to let you know that we're still very likely going to continue trading sideways until some type of catalyst or psychological thing happens to this. Then it'll for sure pop off to the upside, right? Make sure to hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button so that you can continue getting these notifications when I do stream live and when I do post other videos, right? So upon the completion of this, I mean, it's on. This is, for an aggressive trader, it's been on. But the signal, I would consider it on, you know what I mean? So the statistical upside is about 100.378% to the upside, based on a volatility versus momentum backtest that I've actually taken. And that has an 82.857% accuracy, okay, upside accuracy. And that's based on a total count of iterations of 35, of which momentum versus volatility have guessed 29 of correctly to the upside. So this is, I mean, the probabilities are there. It's great. I honestly like when the iterations reach 70 minimum. I mean, talking minimum. And then when iterations are reaching 90, 100 plus, then that would be a good sign to, you know, kind of bet some real money. But in this case, it's okay. It's just not the best. You know what I mean? And it's very much in accordance to what's happening within the company specific stuff within COSM. We don't know what's going to happen. I guess there's potential news coming out on Monday. I don't know, but if that news does come out on Monday and it's really that bullish, then this was already signaling that it was coming for quite some time. Okay, so yeah, then that move would essentially take us to about $11.02 in confluence with these candles right here, in confluence with the resistance of all these candles, resistance here of this, of all, literally just so much resistance. Okay, so that would be an area that could face a pullback, and then, you know, we could come back and test a relevant area of support before continuing on to the upside. If we're talking about playbook rules, I don't see this playing out in the next few days, or at least 3 or 4 days, right? So if that catalyst does come in, then it can invalidate the few days thesis and it can move on to the upside, onward and forward, okay, forever. So who knows how high this can go. It does have an implied target already at about $23, of which we already experienced, right? $23.73. So I'm not saying that it's going to go there right away, but it does have the potential to go there. And another target that a lot of people talk about that I often refer to, it's not a target that's this is not a target that is per se that I'm calling that we're going there. I'm just telling you that per the playbook rules of how to trade a broadening descending wedge, and it's on the daily, by the way, which is good. We trade this by literally the golden rule of three, okay? We literally shake hands with the short sellers right up here. Short sellers take their position. We shake hands with the longs down here. They take their position, and then literally over and over again, right? And then at the fourth breakout of this formation, this is the true breakout, okay? And upon this breakout, we actually need to come back and validate our newly converted resistance into then support. Okay, as soon as we do validate that support, which we're in the process of continuously doing over and over, sideways and sideways and sideways, then we could start looking to the upside. Okay, but since this is on a daily chart, this is likely to take, weeks if we're playing by the playbook rules and we don't just face this massive like psychological candle to the upside, right? So we can actually see a final take profit per the playbook rules of about $72. Okay, so that's it's usually located at the genesis of the formation itself. Okay, so, and we have been respecting this newly converted resistance into support. We've been respecting it pretty meticulously. And I can show you like this. Please notice today's candle coming right back down to test it and then bouncing from it. Okay, so this is what I mean. It's just, I'm really touchy, with these things. I have to be really precise with them, or else I'm not going to, or else I'm failing. And then all of you guys are going to hate me. And then more people from GTII are going to hate me. My goodness, man. It's like as though I was the one that made it go down. Guys, I did not make the asset go down or up, all right? So I definitely don't have the money to even make anything go up or down. So, all right. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. Honestly, it's just, I don't even know that I should, to tell you the honest truth. COSM is continuing this sideways price action, still in that validation period. And I did say it too. Once we reached this candle, I was like, guys, we're going to be trading sideways for a while. So, this can just do its thing until we get some news. I heard a rumor that there is news coming out on Monday, and Eric P. Powerlifter telling me news on Monday. Oh no, I'm asking actually. I only heard about it. I'm not sure if it's true. I haven't even done the DD on it myself. As you already know, I don't even follow fundamental metrics. I actually just do data-based and mathematical models to understand my trade futures, right? So Zephram saying Arca fine for insider trading. Incorrect, Zephram. We have not given any advice based on insider trading. I am not part of COSM. Oh my goodness, you guys. No, Eric, I haven't done FWBI just yet. That is actually coming up. Let's see, COSM I just finished right now. SPRB is next, and then FWBI. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, you guys. This is just going to face some sideways trading until we get some news, and then this will potentially launch to the upside, okay? Know that we do have some resistance right over here at 6, the range is 615 to 623. So if you're going to be a scalper, right, or a short-term swing player, you can likely find entry from where we are currently. Let me just see the 12-hour. The 12-hour is at 502. Okay, so yeah, we can find some entry within 502 to about, I don't want to say this low, but if we do reach it, then I guess, no, actually it would be more likely to the low of the prior candle at about 492. If you can find entry within this area here and just day trade it, I'm talking upon news, you may even get lucky and stuff, but your essential take profit would be at about 615 to 622. And then if it moves onward, then, then it does. Okay, so the potential of coming back down here to 475 and then bounce right back in here is great. I was literally saying 475 to about 434 or 430, whatever, for days from way up there, and we're literally stuck in this area. So I'm sorry, it was Arca's fault. So let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. That was COSM. I am happy that I was able to cover that for you guys, and I hope that It was answered correctly. So now for Mark Roach, you are looking at ticker symbol SPRB. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and load. Yeah, I haven't actually done that chart before, so we're gonna just load up a new one here and see what it has to offer. Let's take a look under the hood. Very interesting chart here. Actually, this is there's no way that this is the beginning of the trading. I think this has been trading for longer. Let's see the daily. I'm on ticker symbol COM. Guys, not paying attention, not telling me Arca, you are on COSM still. Okay, so SPRB. All right, so Spruce. Okay, and this is another biosciences. Why are all these bios super popular right now? Mark Roach giving us the details right here. 6.32 million float. Okay, so yeah, it is small, and the market cap is, oh geez, really? The market cap is, yeah, man, that's this can be moved very easily, and it, I mean, the algo here on TradingView is showing us that we have a 12.12 or 12 million market share, the float, the total float. But yeah, I mean, it's not looking. It looks like it has some promise, and honestly, there's a lot of barcoding on this. But let me just take a look at how long this has been trading. So it's been trading since 2020, right? October 2020. And this is, I want to say, am I looking this right? Let's look at this. Maybe actually from this candle right over here. Yeah, I think I am. I definitely think I am looking at it correctly. Okay, hold on just a sec. Wow. We're writing a descending channel, and this descending channel actually presents a potential reversal, but the reversal is not looking like it's near. Okay, and why can I say that? It's particular to the amount of tests that we're facing and the test that we're about to face. I'm talking in the resistance of the next one is a very dangerous test. So you're looking at test number 1 of resistance here. Test number 2 of resistance. This was a fake out. It didn't actually touch there. So we can actually just take a look real quick. Yeah, see? And we're testing the number 2 test here. And if this serves correctly, if we're looking at test number 3, this will short, okay? The short positions will essentially open here aggressively and take this thing down all the way sub 50, so sub 50 cents. But we're right now at $1.25. So this is not, it's not bad. It's actually an aftermarket. It continued. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, $2.60 with the aftermarket activity. And let me mark $2.60 on the daily because this is not accurate. We're not trading the channel on the 12-hour. We are trading the channel on the daily, however. So $2.60. We'll go ahead and mark it right here so that we can see what's going on, okay? Because this could be the biggest bull trap of like in history. So we'll validate that though. I'm not saying that it is or it isn't. I'm just saying that it's potential, okay? So if we're looking at price action already making its way from here at $1.25 at close to $2.60, that's huge. Who did that? Why did that happen? 106 or 107% to the upside after hours. Who's doing that? My goodness. Okay, so I'm certain that all the momentum indicators are going to be just like fried. Okay, so let's look at momentum with RSI. So this is suggesting actually still a continuation to the upside. And I can see why. There is a gap. There is a gap back there that still needs to be covered, and it's on the daily time frame, and that is landing at $2.75. Okay, so that's let's go ahead and note that here. Okay, so this is a potential range already from the current price action, right? So, but it still has massive room to go. I mean, a lot. But let's look at the shorter term timeframes as well. But before I do that, let me look at the buy daily. Buy daily still suggesting upside. 3-day suggesting just ridiculous upside. That's aggressive. 5 days aggressively upside as well, and weekly. So could this really be the reversal point for this, and it's bypassing every single rule known to man? I don't know, but let's look at the shorter term time frames and take a look at it and just gain an edge, right? Wow, huge psychological component here. So we have on the 30-minute time frame a visible gap, and it's because of a gap up right now from market close to the aftermarket activity. Huge gap. So you're looking at 183 to 127, and that's oh my goodness. Tell me that no short seller is actually going to get like enthralled by this. So, but no, there's still a suggestion to the upside. Even, I mean, of course, it hasn't been trading for a very long time, but the 30-minute time frame has made a historical high. And another thing to notice here is that we're starting to print drives of bearish divergence. So let's take a look at this, particular to this iteration here. Yeah, we have it in play now. Okay, so we're looking at one drive of hidden bearish divergence. Let's take a look at others. Okay, so yeah, this is another. Yeah, it's piling up. So we're piling now the second drive of hidden bearish divergence, and that's particular to this area right over here. And I'm not going to continue because there's so many. There are really, and this one here is a regular drive of bearish divergence. So yeah, you guys, there's definitely a downside to look at in the immediate short term. Okay, but let's just see how low, because I mean, if the 30-minute time frame, I first of all know that I don't like bearish divergences on the 30-minute, but they sometimes work. Okay, so let's continue this. The hourly still suggesting upside, but it's massively oversold. This is bound to create a bearish drive soon. Okay, so let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour still suggesting upside. We're at 93%. These are all cooked. You know, like this is, I wouldn't gain entry right now. I would actually wait for a pullback. And this is already at 93%, 8-hour. My goodness. Yeah. And then the 12-hour still is making historic highs, you know, 89% on the 12-hour. So guys, this is still suggesting upside. I definitely see the upside continuing for sure, you know, at least by the mid morning tomorrow. But this, let's see. If there is going to be a type of upside, it would likely be to, a little, I would say another 10% maybe, but this is so psychologically like impaired that the upside can literally just overbuy until infinity. You know, these are just averaged, and they're for sure not like I mean, I'm not up to the exact minute, so these are delayed and averaged. Okay, so we can technically sell overbuy forever, right? So in this case, there's very likely take profits going to be happening, and I would say 5 to 10% at the max. Probably $2.89 could be that top side, and then this can actually capitulate to the downside. Okay, so don't take my word for it like that, you guys. I'm just giving you a very discretionary thing here, and if we're gonna retrace, this thing is going to retrace to potentially close this gap. And it'll close it to $1.27. And in doing so, if it does do that, then it'll realize the third test of the golden rule of 3, and this thing will be shorted to the ground. It will be shorted to, like I said, sub 50. I hope that I answered the answers. I'm sorry. I hope that I answered this SPRB ticker correctly. Okay, but there's a great amount of profit here. Please be super careful with this, as it is burning red hot. Okay, all the indicators are cooked. So at this point, please be careful with this ticker. All right, so thank you so much, Mark Roach. Let's go ahead and now move on to Mr. J. Thank you for your donation, Mr. J, by the way. Really appreciate you. Let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol FWBI. All right, so we actually didn't even take the time for, yeah, I think it was a 10:35, right? So let's go ahead and put that 10:35 mark for ticker symbol SPRB. Perfect. And all right, so Mr. J, FWBI, man, are you winning? You better be winning. Let's see. We're gonna. I actually have saves on this. This is great. All right, so FWBI. This was actually from yesterday. I do remember looking at it, and let me go ahead and take a note at this. We're going to be starting the FWBI ticker at 10:48 p.m., right? So 10:48 p.m. FWBI. And this, yeah, I was looking at this because there could potentially be a backtest to look at. This is already cooked in the RSI. Oh my goodness. we were looking at a potential take profit of about the SMA 100 and the pennant. Oh, it's actually an ascending triangle. Okay, so let's look at the price action on the daily and see what's happening. What happened after hours? Does this thing have after hours? Let's see. Okay, so definitely not good when we print a 12-hour spinning top doji. This is giving us a lot of indecision here, and it did use our area of support before a continuation onto the upside, right? So it did face that bounce. That's good. The upside, oof, this is a little tough. Okay, let's load up momentum again and take a look at here. Volatility is literally critical. Momentum is still suggesting some upside, but the 12-hour RSI is suggesting more of an immediate downside. So let me look at now the hourly. The 30-minute too. I want to see how close. 30-minute suggesting, yeah. So the 30-minute is suggesting some downside, very likely to test back down to. I mean, we're using the SMA 10 on the 30-minute as a form of support, but it's the 30-minute. It's not so credible. We can actually look back down to about $1.09 for reaccumulation. Okay, so let's look at the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly is slightly bullish. It is in the middle of the bull strength percentile, which is good. Let's look at the 6-hour. 6-hour suggesting upside as well, and the moving average is below us, which is very good, and suggesting a continuation. 12-hour is suggesting downside alongside. Oh, but we need the aftermarket activity. Okay, so if the 12-hour is suggesting some downside, it could be very limited, and it could be towards the end of the day tomorrow. Okay, so FWBI could be looking at a pullback after. Let me look at that 4-hour one more time. This one's tough. Like I said, this one is very tough. The continuation to the upside is likely to happen actually after tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's session would be likely in a reaccumulation. Okay, so you can actually see a test back down to the current lows. At about 109, like I said, to about 107. And then it would likely face some sideways trading Monday, followed by a continuation to the upside on Tuesday. Okay, so this is very tough. All right, but if you feel a little weird about this, then I wouldn't blame you. And actually, I would start taking some profits soon if you are in that zone. Okay, we do have relevant areas that can continue to the upside after that 2-day period, which let's see, the 3-day, and the 5-day still suggesting upside. If you're gonna swing trade this, I guess you can still wait, and that overall take profit that I'm looking at still is actually at the implied target. First of all, the objective of the ascending triangle, which would be at the 2.618 at $1.63. Okay, so this can happen probably end of next week or middle of next week even. Okay, so it's going to take some time for us to get to that area and correct the momentum and continue onwards to that upside price objective. Aside from that 2.618, I don't see it just as likely quite yet, but the 3.618 located at $1.95 with the support of the 3.272 at 184, okay, as a secondary target. But you want to make sure that you don't try to just don't moonshot this, okay, because this is high risk. What you want to do is maybe just consider taking day trades on this. Just ride the momentum and ride the waves, take profits when they're available, and continue in and out. You know what I mean? So this can give you some good returns. All right, so that is it for FWBI. Let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. Let's see. So that is still for the same person, Mr. J, asking me for ticker symbol MULN, asking me for some simple ones because that is still in the load. Okay, so we're going to be looking at MULN, and I actually do have it in my other load screen, so let's bring that up. Here it is. There it is. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by tonight. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not already a member, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can continue seeing these video uploads. as I upload daily. All right, so yeah, let's look at MULN. This is I released a video today on this. Very likely pullback coming in. Okay, and the pullback that I'm going to condense this as fast as I can for you so that it's easy, right? Without all the jibber jabber, you're actually looking at a pullback between the 0.618 and the 0.786 to about 38.34 based on indicator and momentum suggestions. We have the 0.786 at about 36.58. So yeah, you're looking at about 36 to 38 as an area for reaccumulation. And I do have to point out here in the live chat that we do have a little bit of a gap right down here. Okay, if I can just be a little more meticulous, it'd be great, right? So yeah, we have that gap, and that is 34.32. 33.84. So 33.84 to 34.30. Okay, that is another area of potential reaccumulation. Okay, so that's secondary. I need you to just know that it is a psychological component. Okay, but more very, very likely, I see us touching this range, if not just at the 0.618. Okay, so and that is based on the indicators giving us a potential downside continuation. However, the momentum is giving us a downside continuation. I mean, in a very minute way. Okay, so I mean, I said that there's a potential downside coming in when this happened just the day prior to that, and it just continued to the upside. Okay, another thing to notice is that we're jumping into critical volatility as well. Very, very interesting things happening when we're at overbought levels. Okay, so based on the statistical averages that I actually made, from a back test throughout the entire trading history of MULN on the 12-hour chart, the averages came in with an upside accuracy of about 57.14%, which are 21 total iterations of which were guessed to the upside 12 out of those. Okay, so that gave us a mean of about 172.12% to the upside, of which we've already made 108.66% out of. Okay, so to be very clear with you, to be very honest with you, I would look at this as already resolved. Okay, I would look at this statistical mean as already resolved, and this is already fair. Okay, based on the statistics, right? So at this point, we can face a reaccumulation period and then a continuation to the upside because momentum is suggesting it. Okay, so if we are going to complete this 172.12% move to the upside, it's going to be with a combination of expansion to contraction and contraction to expansion, which is, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Okay, so I haven't back tested that. I did back test from when we're at critical volatility contraction, and that's when we get that upside accuracy. But contracting from a random level, not at the 15% critical, that's a whole other game. I don't even know how to begin to even gain a metric on such randomness. I don't even think there's a way. But yeah, so the move to the upside that was already implied by us per that backtest has already made arguably 85% that move, which is fair enough. So yeah, we can look at a potential reaccumulation period of about 36 to about 38 cents, potentially fill that gap between 33 and 34 cents before a continuation to the upside. Okay, you guys, so be very careful with this one. It's looking good still, but I definitely see the pullback coming in tomorrow before a continuation. And it may, I'm not sure if it's going to recover by the end of the day, but we are looking at this pullback. And, so if you're in profits, consider taking some off the table and now trade the ranges maybe. All right, so that is going to do it for ticker symbol MULN. Mr. J, thank you so much for your donation. And I actually, again, didn't catch that entry. So I want to just say, oh yeah, I did say, oh no, I didn't. My goodness. Whatever. Let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol HKD for B. What's up, B? Are you guys in? Is anybody in HKD, by the way? Who is in that? I never played this. Oh my goodness. This is the, okay, let me see I guess I have been seeing it, but what chart is even this, you guys? Who the heck is even giving me this 5-minute chart? I would never do that. I would never do that. Zephram, tell him I would never do the 5-minute chart. I'm going to close this out because that looks dangerous. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and just open up a new chart for HKD. and take a look at the potentials, right? My goodness, why did it do that, you guys? This really sucks. Okay, so you're gonna catch my settings one more time. The fourth one should be okay. We'll leave that gradient. We'll make sure that that watermark is fine. And the lines, I hate the lines. Please get the lines out of here. I don't like the lines. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and block out those lines. This is I have to do this every time, you guys. I guess because I opened up a chart that had it. All right, so, and now also, let me load up traditional candles as I can tell the difference immediately. This looks like it's forming, wow. Please don't let this be an ascending channel, because if that's an ascending channel, this thing is getting ready to pop to the downside and leaving everybody hanging like crazy. But besides, it's the 5 minute, but we don't want to look at the 5 minute. I thought we were on the daily, because why are we in the 5 minute, right, in the first place? This is... It's almost comical to see this. Guys, what does that mean? You know, there's no structure to this. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and just see what the potentials are. First of all, SMAs and momentum as well. Very likely downside, first of all, to the SMA 100. This is a terrible chart. Damn. All right, so first of all, I need to make sure that I jot down the time. So that's going to be 10:59. HKD. Oh, goodness gracious, this is ridiculous. All right, so yeah, we're looking at a potential touch to the SMA 100 at about 23.41. I hope there's nobody stuck at freaking $1,000 up there, man, wherever it went to. $2,300? What is that? Why is that? All right, so let's go ahead and take some Fibonacci retracements here, because there's really not much structure to rely on other than the fact that it found a little bit of support from this one candle here from October 11th, 2022. The next area would likely be connected to the candle high, or the opening of this candle here alongside the SMA 100, okay? As well as this connection and this connection here. So there is a lot of confluence there. I'm saying a lot of it as relevant to the little time that we have. Okay. So, yeah, very, very likely we can come back down and touch the range. I'll give you that range. Okay. So for reaccumulation, but we want to make sure that this actually runs like continues to go, right? So that potential range could be between 23.50 to about 28.64. Can't see those damn numbers. Let's make them larger, because I know that there are some of you on the phone, and sometimes we can't actually see that. Here's a text. Let's do a 20, and there you go. Easier to see. All right, perfect. So yeah, let's go ahead and load up momentum and see what it has to offer for us. Momentum represented by RSI in this case, and it is facing downside. Okay, reversing from... Yeah, reversing from near a historical high, but wow, it used this downside here as that resistance. Very cool stuff. This is interesting to look at, in fact. And I want to point out something here, because this just printed like the most historic, like, bearish divergence ever known to mankind. Okay, so it's from there, meaning August 14th. 2022. I'm sorry, September 14th, 2022, and this over here. So look, it's just, guys, okay, this is going down. That's a huge drive of hidden bearish divergence, which not everybody catches. And I can actually see that it's piling up. Okay, here's another one. And if we take it from this iteration, actually it would be this one right here, the green candle top. So this is another, yeah, this is another drive of hidden bearish divergence, primary drive, by the way. And I honestly think that there's one more. Yeah, I don't believe it, you guys. One more drive. Apologies. All right, so, oh man. Guys, this is a clear sign right here. We have to keep in mind that this thing may just capitulate. If I'm looking at these drives of bearish divergence, I promise you that there's others looking at it too, and they're going to be like, wow, we should open up a short position right here, probably worth about $5 million, and then short it down to here. So, all right, so be careful if you're in profits already. Just take them, because this. Let's look at other time frames though. Buy daily suggesting a silly upside still. Let's see the daily. Daily still has some upside, okay? So, but since there's no historical value, like I can't tell you where it's going to go. So the only obvious area that this can, well, hold on just a sec. I need a drink of water. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if this is if this is gonna go up any further, I honestly think that it may the most obvious area would be the wick high, and that's back to 37.47. But even there, like you can actually take profits just short of that, and then this thing can capitulate. I know the daily chart is suggesting this 51.95 from the SMA 100, and it's very well. I mean, it's very possible. I'm not gonna say that it's not. I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna express just huge warning, and you should heed caution on this because whew. Let's look at that SMA. I'm sorry, of the fib right here. So 51.61 at the 1.618. Let's see. 51.95 at the 1.618. Okay, so yeah, 51.61 could be that take profit zone, and I'm talking about maybe even a flash wick. And that flash wick would likely be just lived out in a flash. It literally is within that, within the saying. Okay, so if I'm looking at the most obvious targets, obviously I just said the 37.65 would be that zone, right, or just under it. But if it does make that upside a continuation based on this just like parabolic upside suggestion of the RSI and the momentum, then yeah, then very likely we can touch the 1.618 at 51.61. But don't quote me on that because that's super speculative, very unsafe, and very discretionary. All right, so if it does come back down, I would not suggest for you to reaccumulate here. Okay. Because if it does come back down, its chances are is that it's going to start triggering stop losses. And then shorts would open up and then just continue this thing to the downside. Dame Time, what's up, man? That at CTMX is actually the first ticker I covered in this in this live ticker. So yeah, it was the first one. Just at the beginning of the video, probably about 15 to 20 minutes in, and. Eric Powerlifter saying, when is the paid Discord coming about? Dude, I'm excited for it. I'm not actually sure, and in fact, I'm not encouraging it just yet. I'm looking at a potential subscription continuation for the Crypstex indicators, thus allowing more private space for the traders to join me and others. You know what I mean? So, all good. So Dame Time saying, I'm sorry, brother. I just signed on a few days ago. Good to have you on, brother. Man, brother, I can't tell you how much that means, man. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys so much. But going back to Eric, yeah, I mean, there is talks about creating a subscription plan so that I can make more time for the members, right? Because right now it's so random and sporadic, and also the YouTube channel is literally 2 months old, 3 months old at max. So I still have a lot to gather. But that is it for HKD, you guys. There, consider taking some profits soon. Okay, if it does reach this area, I would consider making these your runners, not the main money makers. Okay. Eric Powerlifter saying, dude, we need to pound you with money. That would be sick so I can trade, you guys. But no, you guys have actually been so kind to me with the donations thus far. I really appreciate you guys. That'll definitely go a long way for my family here at home. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, as that was the end of HKD for B. So now the other popular ticker we're looking at is ticker symbol ASTA. For who is that for? That's for Raining Fire. What's up, Raining Fire? So let's look at ticker symbol ASTA because I am also curious about it myself, my dude. I don't have a chart load on it. Yeah, that's right. I've never actually covered it. So let's take a look at that now, okay? And get you moving. So this one is for sure an OTC. So much barcoding here, and it has been wow. We barcoded for like 76 years. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what is this doing now? Why is it moving? Was it news? Who are you guys in this? Is anybody playing this other than Raining Fire? because this is it looks like it's preparing for another upside run, to be honest. Let's load up momentum. So a good thing to notice here, you guys, is that the daily, that OTC tickers actually do not have pre-market. Okay, so this is or after hours. So this is something that we can take a look at. So Safe Pop Culture saying, so HKD and MGAM momentum plays with a dozen employees with negative revenue that ran out of a business complex that was repurposed motel are not good plays. They are momentum plays, and we can actually make some serious cash on the way up and down trading those waves. I don't know about holding though, bro. Those are very silly. Those are very silly. I look at the way you wrote it too. That's literally how I'm looking at it too, man. Goodness. But it's just like a bad rap song. It's only good for the season. It's only good for a moment, and then it goes away. Just like anything else, guys. It's just a ticker. There's thousands and thousands of tickers that are moving every day. We just look at the movers and trade the ranges, and that's it. So as long as we don't get rug pulled, then that would be good, right? So suggestion to the upside is still very much relevant on the daily chart for particularly to ticker symbol ASTA. Okay, so now we can actually imply some good targets within this, as because this is being traded just so algorithmically here. The computers do present models, and sometimes those models are a little apparent. And by the behavior of this, these are huge. These are daily candles, by the way. This is a lot of information. So let's look at, first of all, let's look at some higher term timeframes. Upside suggestion on the buy daily, but we are looking like, it's actually making a bullish cross. If we can zoom in parabolically here, yeah, we're making that bullish cross right now. So this is good. Okay, so let's look at the 3-day and then the 5-day. Okay, so it's now crossing the moving average. That's good. We're moving to the upside and now approaching the deep areas of the bull strength percentile, which likely means that we can face another pull. Okay, and 5-day just suggesting a continuation, but is there a pullback coming in soon? No, I don't see a pullback coming in. This actually can continue running to the upside almost immediately. Okay, so this is very nice. So now let's get you some targets. ASTA is definitely something that we should keep in mind. And I definitely didn't write the time that I started, but I can only imply that I've been talking about it for about 3 minutes. That's about 11:09 p.m., right? Let's just go ahead and jot that down. Perfect. Okay, so now let's get those, let's imply, let's imply a target. And let's put in some averages. I'm also going to put in some exponentials too and see and gain that true edge, right? We're using immediate support from the 30-day exponential and the 7-day exponential. Very good stuff. Everything is below us, which is also very bullish. And now please notice that I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame. I'm looking at the 4-hour because I want to see how momentum this can be played. As we move up the time frames, everything is, literally every moving average known to mankind is below us. So this is great. This is definitely a mover, and congratulations if you are already in ticker symbol ASTA, but I am looking at a continuation to the upside, and in a discretionary manner, we can actually tie the upside. I'm not sure of its average true range. I'm not sure how fast this is moving, but it does have let's see, so a 35 we don't even have the float. So 35 million on the market cap, which means that it can actually be it's not even a cent. Okay, you guys. So if you dump $1,000 into this thing will probably go to the moon. Okay. So the upside to this, because it's so easily manipulated, what is the all-time high on this? First of all, it's not even relevant. $210. And it has already $210, and we're at 2 zeros and 6.5. Whew. If it went up that high, imagine the millionaires we would be. Okay, so relevant targets, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump actually to I'm going to jump all the way to the 2.272. And that's going to be between 2.073 and 2.075 at the 2.618. Very likely an area of take profit would be more so on the 2.618 range. And why I say that is particularly to this candle here. So the closure of this candle landing at about 2.075 is directly in line with the 2.618. So this, just like I said, it's algorithmically traded and is very much geometrical. And I can see the zeros and ones literally like the matrix in front of me right now. I'm just kidding, you guys. No crystal balls. Zephram, do not tell them again that I have a crystal ball. All right, so the secondary targets, let's just keep them in line. Okay, so the secondary targets would be near the 3.618. 2.079 to 2.080 would be a likely area for resistance, followed by a less likely, I'm talking about for the immediate short term, a less likely 4.236 at 2.085 and 4.618 at 2.087. Okay, so Arcadamus. All right, so this is potentially the highest target that I can see coming in. Okay, so, and I'm talking about within the next few days, not necessarily tomorrow, because tomorrow the more obvious targets are just the 1.618 at 2.069, but more than likely this 2.618 at 2.075. So because this is worth so little, I mean, I would honestly keep a stop loss on this and make sure that stop loss is followed by a geometrical target, right? So let's take an inverse fib now from the swing high to the swing low of the daily, and let's just see what that stop loss can be. So the most obvious stop loss would be the 1.618, right, at the SMA 10. And some people may even use the 1.272 at 2.058 as a stop loss. But since there is very close in proximity, that 2.272 and the 30-day exponential moving average, the least likely stop loss, and this is a heavy loss, okay? So if you have gut for this, if your entry, let's just say your entry is the 2.065, the least likely area to face a stop loss to be stopped out would be 24% at the 2.618. Okay, not suggested. This is very, very dangerous to trade like that, and I'm saying this because this can easily be dropped this can be dropped as easy as it can be lifted. Okay, so this is why I'm telling you such a massive range, because these things will play that range. Look at these flash wicks. Okay, this is what I mean. It will do it. So look at this candle here. I mean, this is an attempt to these are literal attempts by the computer to try to kick out longs. Okay, these flash wicks down to the lower side. This is why I'm telling you that the least likely area could potentially be at around 2.050 or 2.050. Okay, so be very careful if you want to play this type of metric. Then you have to have a serious gut for it. Okay, so yeah, the likely areas for take profit 2.618, 0075. So that could do it right there, you guys. I hope I did answer the questions correctly on this. So this is a very dangerous play, and you have to look at you have to look at the nuances. Look at how the price action and sentiment versus computers are trading. Okay, so this likely means that you can be stopped out like. Or another good way to trade it is of course to just kind of wait for it to flash down one time. Then that flash tells you how low that range is, set it slightly below it, and let it then accumulate and, do its thing. Like for example, this one, if you gained entry and you see it flash all the way down, your stop loss is down here, and then all the other ones are like doing that crazy movement and you never get stopped out. Then you can adjust your stop loss based on a continuation to the upside. You can then move it upwards, right? So be very careful with these trades, as these are not traded the same way that $1 or 50 cent or 30 cent assets are traded. Okay, this is very much a whole other strategy. So, all right, that is it for ticker symbol ASTA. Let's go ahead and move on. That's going to be for Chase. What's up, buddy? I hope you're still in the chat. We're going to now look at ticker symbol JSPR, and hopefully I can get to Leroy for that Microsoft short. Okay, so let's see. Let's load up a new I haven't looked at JSPR at all. So we're going to load up a new chart and see what it has to offer for us, the team. Guys, thank you so much, all of you, for stopping by once again. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and just, you know, come back to these live streams. We're always just having a good time, making sure that we have fun looking at the price action, realize, or just embarrass Arca the next day, right? So guys, please let me know in the chat if I have already embarrassed myself with the price action that I've suggested on the following day, because as you know, I am not following any of these tickers the next day. I actually don't care, but I just want to make sure that I care while you care at this moment. So please let me know, chat, have I actually missed? I don't know. I think I missed yesterday. I was very clear about it. I think I missed ticker symbol WULF. I think I missed it. I was telling Sebastian Lim for that, for his donation. I told him, brother, did I actually miss that? Like, did I say it was going to go all the way up to here and it never did? Look at this candle from ASTA. That's a champion candle here. You're not going to get stopped out like this ever at all, guys. How are we at 2 zeros and 15 and then we get rug pulled to literally zero? Look at how many zeros are on my value. Like every zero known to mankind, okay? If you want to, this is pi in zeros. All right? So if you want to know what pi is, this is it. All the way, just continue infinitely. I mean, infinity of zeros. This is a rug pull here, you guys. This is dangerous, okay? And it looks like you've gotten rug pulled about 74 times before. So when you see rug pulls like this, you guys, you definitely don't want that, okay? Don't be careful with these trades, okay? Do not hold these overnight. These are speculative plays, very cheap. If Joe H was in the chat, he would probably come in here and like short this thing with $300 and it'll go to zero. Man, this is dangerous stuff. See, Eric Powerlifter coming in with the theoretical models, and he's actually telling me there's no such thing as zero, because at the very end of the spectrum of zeros, you're actually going to find a vibration. And that vibration is literally 0 and 1 and 0 and 1 back and forth. So in fact, he's right. No zeros. All right. So we didn't get stopped out. We actually just lost 99.9999999999999% of our longs. Good job. That's right. SP0. That is absolutely binary. Oh my goodness. All right, so in this case, you guys, let's go ahead and move on and jot down the time for ticker symbol JSPR, as we are making Chase wait too much time. Okay, so JSPR, let's go ahead and take down the note as to when we can actually look at this ticker. So let's see, JSPR, we're just gonna load up a new one. And so $1.79, we do have some aftermarket activity. This looks so similar to all these tickers that we've been looking at tonight. There's so many gap ups like this with these assets that are just so cheap. Oh my goodness, guys! Yeah, don't talk about RMVA, man. People are gonna get just annihilated. Okay, you don't want to get annihilated like that. Okay, you guys, if you want to get annihilated, trade. Trade the pink slips for sure, but it's a very dangerous thing to do, and I know. I mean, I'm not gonna blame you whatsoever, because those tickers are they're so cheap. You can have like 1 million shares with like 48 cents, you know, and then in the event to where this thing runs like 0.3%, you have $1 million. Very cool, you know. So, oh my goodness. So ticker symbol JSPR for Chase. We are looking at this at 11:23 p.m. and we want to just take that note for those tags later on. Okay. Oh my goodness. Cal stepping into the chat. Cal, I actually I needed to tell you this earlier, but somebody actually said that you were not a real person, and I'm like, what? To be very clear, me and that person are good now. You know, we were not good at the beginning, but I actually managed to kind of turn that whole situation around in the comments of the YouTube video or whatever, and I finally like made this guy just be friends with me, okay? Because guys, we don't want any negative activity, okay? Or negative psychology here. We just want to make some money. That's all, right, you guys? Everything is all good. But you are definitely a real person, you guys. If anybody is curious if Cal, Samantha, and Hound are bots, they are certainly not bots. They are real people. Despite what they say, they might say on other discords, it does not matter. They are real people. Okay, I can assure you of that. Everything is good. Arca is not AI. I'm sure Arca can burp, but I will not do it right here because we got to keep it PG. Anyway, you guys. So yeah, let's look at ticker symbol JSPR for Chase, 11:24 p.m. And this looks like it actually may be suggesting a continuation to the downside, and that's because of this broadening descending wedge that we're riding currently, okay? So let's just count our iterations here and make sure that we're not actually getting faked out. So in this case, we do have to express some detail, okay? So let's go ahead and just make sure that this aligns very well, as I actually think we may be starting the trend from over here, actually. So now, yeah, let me make an adjustment to, we have I'm sorry, I'm pausing like this, you guys. I have to concentrate when I make these connections here, because it's of just so much great importance that we do connect them well and not guess here, okay? Because we are not in the business of guessing. That would suck a lot for our longs, you guys. You know, getting rug pulled by Arca. Okay. Samantha got accused for being a bot. Cal, you are a bot, bro. No, you guys are. They are not bots. Okay, so we're looking at test number 1, but there could be confusion because this following 12-hour iteration could also be considered a test 1 too. But let's do it like this: test 1, we have test 2. Test 3, okay, yeah, that's more along the lines of what we're looking at, okay? So we're going to be following the golden rule of 3 like we always talk about, okay? Save pop culture. Stop making these silly comments. I need to concentrate. He said, like my wife, Alexa, she is real, damn it. I swear, guys, she talks to me every night. Anyways. Oh, goodness, that's good. All right, so we have test number 1, 2, 3 of the golden rule of 3 already. And as you know, after the golden rule of 3, the third test of the resistance leads to that huge capitulation event, right? Followed by or accumulation, right? And then the launch to the upside. We have now made that test number 4. Okay, so this is the true breakout of test number 4, and we'll make this a neon green here so that we are in the positive. Okay, but as you may notice, we have not come back to test our newly converted resistance into support. Okay, this is a very important thing that the trade usually does. Okay, so if we were to let me actually just, there's no way that I'm going to be able to reach this with this fib here, but if we take the range high of that, 12-hour iteration red candle there, yeah, there's no way I can do it. But there's another way that I can do it. Actually, taking the entire range of the descending wedge, and in this case, we can actually see if we're following a geometrical form. Okay, and yes, we are. So now, taking into consideration a macro scale Fibonacci, please take a look at this, okay? Please take a look at this. This upside here, the shorts came down here, shook hands with the longs and said, okay, we're going to take profit here and we're just going to cover and ride this thing to the upside. Okay. So now the smart trader who already knows the targets and taking the range from the formation of which it's been trading for some time, literally since January 2022. This has been trading this range for a year. Okay. So the people who are looking at this, they know that the most relevant take profit will be at the Yoda zone, not 618. And look at where the top target went to. Slightly past it, and then it capitulates. Okay, so I tell you guys all the time, okay, the Yoda zone per Cal-L. You know, Cal actually invented that name for the 618 golden mean. Okay, the golden ratio. He calls it the Yoda zone. Okay, so we Yoda zoned over here and everybody getting trapped. Okay, this is a liquidity trap. You have to know the play. You know, if you know the play, you know what I mean, and then you don't get caught as a liquidity. So please notice that we actually face that downside now, and it is absolutely suggesting a continuation to the downside, and I can give you a target of about $1.21 from where are we right now? $1.76, and we faced a top side of $3.77. Okay, yeah, Mark, he calls it Yoda zone. And I actually happened to have, that was the first comment that I think I made to Cal ever. And he goes, Sensei, you're lurking among us. I do. I have to look at the comments sometimes, you guys. I see you guys there. I love it. But then, I have to make sure to do work for you guys too, because if I stay there, then I'll get attacked by a million comments and then I'll never do any work for you guys. So all right. So, yes, the 121 zone is another area that I'm looking at. Oh, Arca, you're a shill. I can't believe you're suggesting $1.21. Guys, I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying that's how the playbook is, okay? That's what the playbook literally suggests. Okay, so the take profit overall per the playbook rules of this formation is $5.61, but I would highly suggest getting long this stock about $1.21, $1.23, right around that area. If we're going to look at momentum, let's see if it suggests that downside, okay? Yes. Of course, it's suggesting that downside. Look at this thing, okay? So to the point where we reach this 14-day simple moving average, we can absolutely see the touch of this $1.21 zone, maybe even a little lower, but my eye is on the 121, okay? And then we could face a potential upside continuation. And another reason why this thing is also, facing some downside is because there's more than likely just some huge bearish divergences, some of which I'm more than certain I can find right now. Okay. Yeah, right here. So this is a huge line right here. Then let's go ahead and just make that connection to this pivot here. And yeah, there's your hidden bearish divergence. And there are plenty of other drives to look out for. Okay, I'll give you one more. Just so you can see how it's done. Okay, here is another one. And you can see that it's from this candle right over here, according to that pivot. Okay, so then we have now two drives of primary hidden bearish divergence. This thing is going to capitulate another bunch of money. Okay, but if it is going to play by the playbook rules, since it has been for a year, chances are is that we may find a parabolic bounce at this $1.21, $1.23. This is very similar to what happened to COSM. Okay, you guys, I just snorted into the mic. Never do that again, Zephram. My goodness. All right, so now let's just look at this daily time frame, as I don't think it's reflecting it just yet, but it is. Of course it is. So this is still suggesting massive downside. Let's look at the immediate short-term time frame. Yeah, everything under God's sun, man, is literally suggesting downside for this. Okay, be super careful with your longs, okay? Because this thing is coming down and it's going to literally play a timber on all of us, and potentially that $1.20, $1.21, 23, that zone right there, okay, you guys? Not Yoda zone anymore. We're gonna literally capitulate and then make sure that we could gain some longs here, a reaccumulation period, right, per the playbook rules. I would suggest confirmation upon a minimum 12-hour candle closure above this newly converted resistance into now support, okay, before a continuation to the upside. So that is it for ticker symbol JSPR for Chase. My bro, Chase, have a good night, man. As I'm sure you were waiting all this time. Leroy Jenkins coming through with Microsoft. He wants a short position on Microsoft. Guys, when we're in the markets, okay, don't talk the crap to the guys who do the shorts, because the guys who do the short positions also do the huge long positions that the pressure, the parabolic upsides, okay, where we're very happy. So you're saying we're going to crush these shorts, and then that short guy is literally going to open up a long position that's going to ride the money right up to the moon. The same guy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull up ticker symbol MSFT. So look at the amount of current viewers that they're on. We are at 69 current viewers. Never say that number again, Zephram. All right, so let's go ahead and now open up the log chart and make sure that we can see and gain visibility on ticker symbol Microsoft. So that's MSFT, right? So let's go ahead and now pull it up and see what it has for us. So, my goodness. So yeah, let's, like always, guys, we're gonna load up that daily chart and see what it has. As this is very much like the broader market. So we're looking at a mega cap here, right? So this is the market capitalization on Microsoft is definitely not 1.6 trillion dollars. Okay, you guys, that's a lie. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. So yeah, so when we're looking at mega caps like this, they're for sure going to be running in tandem or in sympathy to the broader markets as well. So the way we can actually verify is click this plus symbol on your TradingView platform. Okay, so know that the TradingView platform is TradingView software. Actually, I've been accepted as an affiliate. So if you do create an account with the TradingView people, please do so if you want to, because it'll certainly help my future of trading. Click this plus sign here, load up, say, for example, the NDX or something, right? So we'll load it up into a new price scale, and then it'll show you the market movement. See? It's in sympathy to the broader markets. Okay, so that's we should all be very familiar with the way that the markets are moving. Okay, so if we block out the visibility of this formation here is very much the SPY, the SPX, the NDX, everything, okay? So if you're not familiar with this formation, with what's happening here, then I don't know what you're doing, okay? So I even think, I'm not sure, I don't think BTC is following this, but let's just look at it to see if it actually is, right? And yeah, you know what? We can open up CME and take a look at that price scale, but it's not allowing me to open it. Why are you not allowing me to open it? That sucks, you guys. All right, so let's just do BTC1. That's okay too. And BTC1 is not following that. Yeah, so not exactly for crypto, right? So more for the broader markets. Let's open up the SPY. Let's just go ahead and put that right in like this, okay? So this is just a good opportunity for me to show you guys some clever ways of looking at the market. See the SPY? It's running in absolute tandem here. So yeah, you familiarize yourself with what the broader markets are looking like, because that'll give you an overall perspective as to where we can be. Meaning that if we're riding this I even said it too a while back. I even said that in the broader markets, if we're riding this broadening descending wedge, then the chances are that we're going to face a capitulation shortly after this huge bear rally that we actually had, right? So in this case, you can see this is the formation here, and you're looking at let's see. Yeah, this was a huge fake out. No, sorry. We have test number 1, 2, and 3. What's after test number 3, chat? Please, chat, if you know this, please comment down below. What happens in a descending broadening wedge after we face test number 3? What happens after test number 3? Please let me know in the chat. I hope people have been listening. This is a test for you all. Please let me know what happens after test number 3. If you do know, make sure to chat it right below. I want to know what you guys think of this. Chat is not saying a single thing. Load, chat. Load. All right, chat. So if you don't know what's happening after test number 3 is, like we always say, the golden rule of 3 states that we have test number 1, 2, and 3 of the resistance. David's saying crash. Yes, that's exactly right. So we're looking at the capitulation event and the largest one of it. Okay, so this can potentially look at a it's hard to say things like this, but seeing that the markets may face a continued downside, we can eventually see a possible $197 Microsoft, which is terrible. I mean, and also very good for the long term, because if you're at 100, I mean, if you're sub 200 at all, you know, you're looking at levels from which we were testing as high on, let's see, June 15th, 2020. So whoever rode Microsoft from June 15, 2020 to the highs that we're facing now, let's just go ahead and see that. So it would be right about here. That person made about an 80% passive run. Okay, so that's great. That's good stuff. So these are the safe plays. These are the long-term plays. Okay, so if you want to consider making some long-term positions happening, I'm talking about investing for potential dividends, for potential long-term, just forever holds, then that's coming up in the next weeks, and that could potentially be right around that sub $200 level. Okay, so now particular to the short-term time frame, because Leroy is actually asking for a short position opening, right? So let's load up momentum and see what it has to offer. So in this case, momentum is still suggesting an aggressive downside on the daily. Okay, so now that we're looking at a mega cap, holding a short position holding a short position for a swing play is safe on this. Okay, and it's very much encouraged. Okay, so another thing that can be played within the Microsoft are long puts. Okay, so in this case, I would consider opening up minimum 6 month out long puts and writing the implied volatility, and also potential gamma into in the money long puts. I'm talking about opening it up out of the money and then making this go into the money, as the downside suggestion is very clear. Okay, so if you don't have the money to short, that's why you can actually do long puts and bet the downside in a cheaper way with particularly out the money puts. Okay, so make sure you have good delta. Make sure that you have high gamma. Make sure that you don't have high delta. Okay, delta would be the amount of money that you're paying times 100 shares of the security per day of holding it. Okay, so make sure that your delta is set to a very low level. Compare all of your options, and then open up the ones that have good open interest, that have good implied volatility. Again, high delta, or in this case, it would be low delta, and then high gamma, and then low theta. Okay, never play high theta, or else you're going to be losing lots of money every day you hold it. Okay, and the last thing was make sure that it is the open interest on it. That's just all those things. Not a lot of people look at these things. Know your Greeks. Know the Greeks for your options. Okay. So short-term time frames, and we actually didn't note the time that we started this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and imply that we did start it at around 11:30 p.m. for Leroy Jenkins. Okay. All right, so sideways trading in the hourly. Let's look at the 30-minute here. Sideways trading too. Okay, we're not getting any bias here. Okay, so there could be a potential reloading tomorrow. What I mean by this is just that there could be a little bit of upside, just so that we can gain some more liquidity from the longs to continue on to the downside, which it sucks to say like that, but it's just how the game is played, right? So a 30-minute, now let me just for the, this is, okay. When we're in this like bear strength percentile and we're just sideways, the likelihood of facing some upside and some downside just sideways is very relevant. Look at all these 15-minute iterations. They're just sideways in the aftermarket. And I mean, not to I mean, also look at this from the point of opening 229 to 221. It's not that parabolic of movement here, okay? But it is significant if you're trading, you know, a $220 asset. Okay, so let's look at the hourly once again. And okay, so yeah, the short position opening, if I'm going to be very clear, it's a very small gap. It's a very small gap for opening up a short position, and that can actually be located at a range of between 223.12 at best case and about 224.75. This is less likely to hit, but I mean it does have the potential to wick a little bit upward, right? But yeah, you guys, I think that this would be a great area for an opening, if not right away. So like again, 223.14, and let's just load up some averages to see what we have there. We have nothing above us except the SMA 10. I don't think that this can actually make that. I don't think that this can actually make that run up all the way to here, because every time frame is suggesting downside. The only reason that I would suggest that upside being met is based on the immediate short-term time frames, and that's because we're so heavily oversold. So yeah, I guess I can put it in as a very discretionary metric for you to 226.05. Okay, so that's going to be my very, very last target for a short opening position. And then now, as far as a take profit zone, if you're going to swing this, that this can actually be swung for a few weeks, all the way down to about, like I said, that one. That's the sub 200 level. Let me just open it up on the daily. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is not unlikely. You can play this for a few weeks, and this thing will reach that 198.41, possibly 199.51, right around there. And that would be a fair shot. You know what I mean? A huge gainer. And yeah, we can also take some fibs. Swing high to the swing low, or swing low to the swing high of the daily, and $200 right at the 4.618. Literally what we're saying, $199, right? So, or 198, right around there. So this can be a likely area for take profit for a huge swing play weeks. And pardon me, if you're looking at a immediate short-term play, I would say take profit could be between the most obvious one would be between the 1.618 and the candle and the wick low of November 4th. So this can give you this target like this, okay? So there you go. The 2.618 is very close to this wick low, so we can actually adjust it a little bit, and this would be a very good area to consider taking profit. Say for example, you take a 25% position here, 25% again at 2.272, another 25% at the 2.618 runners to either the 3.618 and 4.618. So this is not bad at all. This is definitely a good short play, definitely a good long put play as well. Leroy Jenkins, very good eye. I would encourage people to look into this a little deeper. Okay, you guys. So I think this is definitely something. Dame Time, what are you saying? I appreciate you taking time out of your day to share your knowledge. Got nothing but love for you, brother. The love goes right back to you, my bro. Absolutely, man. So yeah. Eric Powerlifter, we would be looking at that true breakout after this $199, $200 touch. It would take weeks, of course, but that fourth would be that one. And I mean, honestly, it is kind of in line with what I said earlier in the chat. I said that there is a potential that we can actually face a corrective Fed or a dovish Fed maybe by the end of the year, maybe mid to end of the year. So that's something that we should consider or heavily consider. And the broader markets actually do give us that sign. You know, we're looking at it right here. And it's funny that this is the master formation that the overall markets, that the broader markets are giving us, and this formation appears in the micro time frames all over the place. So it's interesting the way these things happen. You know, so that tip that I just gave is another tip that I'm going to be sharing alongside the intimate group for the Crypstex holders. Okay, so the master formation actually allows the smaller formations to form on smaller time frames, right? So in this case, this is the greatest forward test that we've ever done in life. aside from the 1973 crash, aside from the dot-com bubble crash, aside from 1929, you know, all of these. So very, very cool stuff here with Microsoft. Anyway, you guys, so I think that's going to do it for tonight. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. I know that there were still some requests for other tickers. Please don't hesitate to come chat with us tomorrow on the next live stream. Definitely send me an email or send me some type of message saying that, hey, you know, brother, you actually didn't look at my ticker. I'm not ignoring anyone. Please, you guys, I beg of you to hit that like button. Come back for another time, okay, you guys? But you guys have been so awesome to me. David, what's up, man? Thank you, my bro. Thank you for stopping by. Lone Wolf, good night, my brother. Sebastian Lim, thank you so much, guys. The donations that came in, I really appreciate everybody. My moderator, Samantha, Cal, and Hound, you guys have been so awesome to me. I really appreciate you. I wish everybody a very good night. Derail, Mark Roach, health and wealth is absolutely right, you guys, all right? So I definitely I urge you guys to get that rest. Don Hilbert coming in the chat. Hey, Don, I didn't see you. Nice, man, nice. Is this the last one we're looking at tonight? Yes, Don, as I think I've been streaming for now about 3 hours, and I'm a little sore, and my son is actually in need of daddy. We need to get mom to sleep for another day of work. Zephram coming through the chat. What's up, buddy? All right, you guys. So I appreciate you all, and I wish you well. A very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.